of a button.
What a auspicious start.
Well,
So,
welcome to session 1 of Starcoast Adventures.
indeed. So, how do we actually start these things?
That's your job.
Yeah, great.
We're just gonna throw you under the bus right now. Is that okay?
Yep. Okay. I guess we will start very briefly describing that all 5 of you have spent the last 2 or 3 days traveling down the high road from Neverwinter at the behest of one Gundren Rockseeker to deliver a wagon of supplies to the mining town of Phandalin and drop them off with one of his friends there named Barthen, who owns Barthen's Provisions, a small trading outpost. However, before all that, you must have gathered together to get on this crazy wagon journey. So I'm going to ask, well, actually I'm not going to ask because I'm pretty sure I know, that the first person who would arrive to do this job is probably going to be Tessely, because she seems that the sort of person who takes things seriously and wants to get the job done the best way possible. Is that right?
That's pretty accurate. She would rather be an hour early to any appointment than a minute late.
Going to be very bored because they haven't invented magazines to read while you wait yet. I imagine that if you're there, Pan is also there.
She's somewhere nearby.
Yeah, she's probably, still yawning from being pulled out of bed.
So you've probably been turning up at the Rockseeker Enterprises main warehouse near the southern gate of the city. You'll have been shown, alright, here's the cart and stuff. Gundren will be around later because, he probably isn't out of bed yet because it's not even, what did they say, 8 bells? 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the first thing that you're going to do.
Well, I guess in my boredom, I would probably go through the cart, check its inventory, organize it a little bit, and then see what Pan's up to.
Okay. So, why don't you do the very first roll of the night and give me an investigation check as you check all of the supplies in the wagon.
Oh my gosh.
Drum roll,
my
please.
gosh. Investigation. No modifier.
I'll say, you can have advantage on it since you've got plenty of time.
Okay. Not very good. A little better.
Okay.
It's an improvement.
Ouch.
So, on your character sheet, you should be able to just click the button, just click the word investigation in your skills section.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And if you've got, and at the top, there's a toggle for advantage and disadvantage.
All right, okay. Yeah, no, I see that. Should I... we'll leave this roll, and then for the next one, I'll use this new method.
Okay. So, probably, you've got like the, what did he say, a manifest list. Probably sort of ticking them off, going, yep, that's there. And I'm suspecting the reason that this hasn't gone so well is that you've been distracted. Perhaps your friend Pan, as a lackadaisical thought, might have done something.
Quite possibly.
perhaps you were investigating some of the other stuff in the warehouse and you knocked over a few barrels.
Yeah, it's possible. What's the sort of is this like a more relaxed setting? Or is this more dangerous?
You're in Gundren's warehouse in the city of Neverwinter. The idea that you're in danger is not
Okay.
going to be at the forefront of anyone's mind.
I was just trying to figure out whether she was wearing her armor or not. Probably not in that case.
No, I'll probably like put my breastplate on when we set off, but
Yeah.
not yet.
There's a few warehouse clerks, well, not clerks, just workers. Just got, oh no! Took us hours to stack all them right. Good job Tharden isn't here. He'd have us dobbed in. He would. Help us get them restacked, will you?
Yeah, ever so sorry about that. Pan, watch what you're doing, please.
Yeah, you see like a small gnome. She's got like braided blonde hair and she's wearing like dwarven hand-me-down clothing meant for like, you know, like dwarven kids because she doesn't fit in like the full-size clothing. And she's sort of like stumbling about, like half asleep still. And she like leaned on a few barrels and she's sort of like laying on the floor blinking. Like she's like, and she looks over and she says, "Oh, I'm quite sorry about that. I just I was just a bit dizzy and sleepy."
I'm glad you read the character descriptions because I bloody didn't. Right. I think either Hjalmar or Tamar will be arriving next. I'll leave it
Yeah.
up to you to decide.
Always quarter hour early. A beardy face turns into the into your conversation. Hello there. I heard someone needs to stack some boxes.
Well, good morning to you. And you are?
I'm Hjalmar of the very north, and I'm here to, well, help you and assist you guiding this wagon of sorts to our destination. And before you
Aha.
stands a very, very tall, like a 6'4", bearded young man with bright arms, very wide shoulders, and too warm clothing for the time of the year. Like pelts hanging down, leather straps, and all those uncomfortable things when it's above 25 Celsius.
So, Tessely, the dwarf, looks back up at you without any sort of indication that she's smaller. She definitely appears as large as you are. She's only 4'5", and she's not afraid of just the presence that you're seeming to put forward. And she has her hair braided in a different style, dark brown, just a red tunic, and like she's not buff, but you can see that she's worked hard. So like there's some lean muscles on her, and she just looks up at you. She goes, "Okay, so you're also employed by the Rock Seekers for this job then?"
Yes, of course.
All right. Nice to meet you. Hjalmar?
Hjalmar.
Hjalmar. You can call me Tessely.
Oh, okay. And he goes into his knees and shakes your hand on eye height.
And sort of scoots her way over. And she looks at both of you and she says, "Oh, well, I see you have the pleasure of meeting my oldest sister. She is quite a beautiful one, isn't she?"
Oh, of course. Of course she is. And who are you?
I'm her younger sister, Pan, but you don't need to worry about me. Just look at the beautiful braiding in her hair. She's a fine piece of dwarven engineering.
Pan.
Don't
That's
talk
quite
yourself
enough.
down, little lady. And I reach my hand out to her to shake her hand, which is gonna look comically.
You kind of reach out and shake her hand, and you notice, like, despite her small hand, like, there's, like, strength in her arm.
Yeah, you have quite a grip, young lady.
Oh god, you're not going to arm wrestle, are you?
No.
Oh, I do appreciate the compliment, but now, about my sister. You, you do see that, well, she could use someone who's as big and strong as you to look after her.
Hjalmar gets like the few things that you can see off his face, like the upper cheeks get a little bit red, and he tries to blush it off and say, "Oh, that's a story for another day." And he just awkwardly starts like
Tess
putting
has been
boxes onto
glaring
each
at
other's.
Pan.
Oi, Hjalmar! You going to help us out with these boxes or what?
Of course. And he just goes over, escaping the awkward situation.
Pan, darling, can you not try and sell me to any man that comes along, please?
Well, not just anyone, everyone.
Yes,
think-
any and every man.
Speaking
You've
of
been
men that
trying.
come along,
Please stop.
From the back of the warehouse, you hear, "I'm not just anyone, and I have pretty good hearing."
I've noticed.
She puts, like, a hand behind her back, and you can tell she's probably crossing her fingers, and she says, "Oh, well, if you say so, I won't do it anymore."
I've completely lost count of where I was with the inventory.
You kind of see me. Sorry, I was going to just jump in there.
no, that's fine. I was going
As-
to say, speaking of any man that comes along, here's another one.
Looks like Tamar. Looks like a kind of human male, 5'10", reasonably kind of toned body, but doesn't
Halo
have
not included.
halo not included. No wings. Dark hair. Blue eyes, just mostly just white skin. A little bit dark. But just hearing this conversation, I've just been standing in the kind of doorway and just listening and just going, well, that was quite adorable. That whole introduction.
Tessalee,
Yeah.
can you make me just a random d20 roll? This is like a look roll.
Just
High's good. Yep. So roll a
Okay.
d20.
just a d20.
Yeah.
Yay.
You know who this is. You've heard of this guy. This is the guy who's hung around the new neighborhoods going up. And when the construction workers inevitably fall or have a big rock land on their feet, he's usually there around to just quickly step in and say, "Oh," and heal them. So he's a little bit of a reputation has been going around.
Nice to meet you two ladies. Name's Tamar Drave.
Tamar, okay. I've heard of you. Don't you help around the construction sites and
Well, that
heal
was
and-
it was a very opportune moment for me. It was just I happened to be passing by and
Mhm.
an accident occurred. The man was injured, so I just happened to help him.
Well, word has spread.
Well, you know, it's just another thing to do around the city. People needed help, so I helped.
Very noble of you. I'm Tessalee.
Oh, very nice to meet you, Tesla. And who is the sister?
Yes.
Or just
Sometimes insufferable little sister Pan.
Oh.
You can
Nice to meet you, Pan.
you can see she's looking up with like heads, like gears turning in her head, and there's like a cost benefit analysis going on. And then she reaches out a hand and she shakes it, and then she sort of turns her head away, and you can see she's like pouting a bit, but she doesn't say anything. She's just looking over to Tessely, kind of like, I don't want to get into any more trouble.
Well, one would assume we're all here working for the brothers.
Yeah.
So I'm not late on leaving yet.
No.
That's
From the-
good.
From the back of the warehouse, you hear, Timar, come over here. Help us stack some boxes.
I just go, Hyoma! What
Yeah.
do you do? Hurt yourself again?
Not me. And I just approach him with like a bro hug.
Just all of a sudden I get squeezed like, dear God, you're like a bear.
I know. I'm working out lately.
It's nice to see that you've not got an injury on you.
Not now.
Yeah, the day's quite young.
So the crates and boxes are they're almost back in perfect order by now. And I think maybe you were about to go back and start taking the inventory again, when suddenly the main warehouse doors burst open, and you all recognize Gundren immediately. And he's coming in, and he seems a bit giddy, and he's just laughing his head off. He's going, ah, ha, ha, oh, and he's pulling in this other guy with him, who's like wrapped up in like a cloak and stuff. And he says, right, I'm glad you lot are all here already. Get ready. You're gonna have to go as soon as possible. And he just bundles this guy into the back and says, cover up, mate. And that's you, Vardos.
Okay, like I just like get pushed a little bit forward, then I turn to him and I laugh. Ha ha, Gundren. All right. I'll get
I've never seen those Torm bastards look so angry. I have no idea what you've done, man.
You know, I don't like to brag about my exploits, but it was a fun night to say the least. And then I just walk over to like the cart and I inspect the goods. Like act like I'm inspecting the goods because clearly I'm late.
Oh, you don't have time to take inventory. As soon as these oxen are ready, you need to take off before they get here.
When I'm finished with stacking the boxes, I'm just approaching one of the guys that is working here and whisper to him, mate, I've got a special request. Do you have ale in casks?
He looks at you a bit funny and says, actually, let me just read my thing. Oh no, where's it gone?
You
Like
see,
5-10 gallons, maybe, for a good price.
He points at the cart and says, there's 3 kegs on the... You want some for yourself?
Yeah, for myself, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Ian's eyes
5
go
5
wide.
GP.
5 gold pieces. How much is this? Just 10 gallons?
He just picks off like it's about twice the size of your hand around. It's a small keg. He just puts it right there and says, "This is what you can get at a moment's notice. 5 GP." You know this is like an extortionate price.
I know, but I know that there is no more price, so it's just like gas station shopping, and I just give him the 5 gold and take my ale.
So Pan and Tessely, you also have your own cart. Who's going to drive that?
Ian is. So they'll probably switch off over the day.
Okay. Who's going to drive the supply wagon?
I'm gonna lie on the supply wagon.
I could do that.
I just like push myself up on the wagon and lie down. And don't really bother about like the rest right now.
Yeah, Gundren's putting a sheet over you.
Oh, that's great. I just say like, thanks, man. I appreciate the work.
yeah, and I would just sit at the back side of the big cart and just dangle his feet down the end.
Okay.
I'll sit up next to Pan. I'll let her drive though.
So you start. Oh, what did he say? You don't whip oxen, do you? Just whatever you do, you make them go.
Yeah, I think
Pulling out of the warehouse.
Tan
going down
is
the street.
going to change it to her armor too if we're about to
Oh,
head
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I said I was gonna do that too, so.
The two of them will go off together and get into armor. Did you decide what you put on her tabard, by the way?
Mm. Mm, I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay, well, then I'll just Pan comes back out and like, clearly not hand-me-downs anymore. She has like, well-made armor with like appropriate clothing, like battle dress. She has a tabard over her chainmail as well, dedicated to Aphrodite, and you can see like a few like weapons and other things sort of hanging around her sides. She's probably gonna put her sword and shield like in the cart right behind her, that way, because you don't want it like hanging from your waist when you're sitting on the cart for a long time.
So I imagine Hephaestus' symbol is like a forge and an anvil.
Yeah,
Not an
Yeah, it's
anvil
like-
and a hammer.
like an anvil and a hammer, and like maybe some fire and behind it.
So what's Aphrodite's emblem?
Bunch of about.
I think I read in the player's handbook at least. It's like a. I think it was a seashell. I think. I can check.
If you want to go with that, that's fine. But if you want to say it was something else,
Yeah, it says a seashell, but I mean it's completely up to you, Pan.
I'm not too particular on it. Aphrodite has a bunch of different symbols. Like a scallop shell is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it might be something that sort of mixes the two, since we have like that connection going on. I don't know.
well, we can come back to it later. Anyway, you all hurriedly get prepared, get dressed, and whip the cart out onto the street with Vardos hiding in the back. And just before you turn off and Gundren's warehouse is out of sight, you see like 4 heavily armored men running up and talking animatedly with a small, friendly dwarf who just looks completely confused and has no idea what they're doing there. And thus you slip out of Neverwinter and begin your journey down the high road towards Phandalin.
While all of this is going, I just rummage through my backpack and get my bagpipes out. And I'm trying to play them. However, I'm pretty good at it. Like Scotland the Brave, blasting all the way.
Wow, and I'm like sitting right in front of it. I'm the one with the cart, and I'm just hearing this from behind. Yay!
Travel entertainment, my friend. Travel entertainment.
That's it.
Oh no, I've got you stuck under the... Go at the front. Move the cart back down. There we go. So, is this about right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So, you gonna have the cart in front or the wagon in front?
I think the cart would make
But-
most sense.
I'd possibly say having the cart up front, just because, possibly even for like possible security's sake.
Yeah, so like a small scouting cart, basically.
Yeah,
Scouting cart.
it's a small cart with small ladies in it.
Well,
I'm not sure
You
you
know-
want Pan be in charge of that, but okay.
Did you just assume their height?
Pan is like staring off into the distance. Her mind is wandering into other places.
Wondering how easy could I kill that human?
Mm.
so you wander out along the high road. You definitely spend the whole of the first night along the road. You're seeing the nice, well-managed, fully utilized countryside immediately surrounding the city of Neverwinter. Little farms and villages and homesteads, which starts giving way to more and more wild land. But the road itself is one of the perhaps best in the realms. You know, it's well paved, generally maintained, occasionally patrolled. Sometimes people get randomly slaughtered by horrible events, but it's rare these days.
That's nice.
Have you heard about the family that was traveling with their car and they got just obliterated by an ogre?
No.
That's a story that Mom used to tell me. Ah, what a woman.
She sounds delightful.
Well, she was.
There's pretty regular way stations, like small. It's like a walled in, basically, with a little lookout tower and stables that are spaced about a day's travel apart. That you can stay in them if you want, cost money, or you can set up a camp and try and not have to pay for nice warm beds and hot meals and things.
Leave that to the group. I don't mind staying outside.
I'm already sleeping in the cart right now, so
I'm just wondering, isn't this a camping trip?
Well, you'll have been told about the route before, so you know that there is probably a chance that you'll have to camp at least once after you move off the high road and onto the Tribor Trail, which is this dotted line. This Tribor Trail heads through what's known as the Coney Gap between the Neverwinter Wood and the Sword Mountains, and off to, appropriately enough, the town of Tribor on the other side of the mountains.
Oh, Pan is gonna divine sense the group at some point during the journeys.
Okay. A divine sense. What does divine sense?
It detects celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet of you. And you know what type it is.
And this character is scrapped.
Oh well.
So,
The fiend is the celestial right behind you. Easy going.
I think Asimar just count as humanoids, don't they? So they're
Yeah.
Technically we are celestial actually.
yep.
Oh, is it not?
Like we can be they're mostly born from humans. Mostly given birth from humans, and we obviously the parents are still human, but the Aasimar are actually celestial.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
So she will actually detect that there is a celestial behind her in the cart, not in her cart, but in the cart behind her.
But what I would say then, is it's just a weird way the rules work, is if you're not counted as a humanoid, a lot of spells won't work on you. So I'll say you
Well, I think-
definitely count as a humanoid.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely still a humanoid. It's just obviously I'm a humanoid celestial.
So when you do this, you do get the very tiny hint, the smallest hint you can possibly get and still detect of a celestial nature from one of your companions.
She
And also, Sorrel is in fact an angel in disguise, but no, that didn't happen.
she looks over a bit, but she doesn't say anything. And then she looks over back to Tessely. Gears start turning again.
While we're like 2 or 3 hours in the road, I start pouring myself and Timar a small drinking cup of ale.
I hear. I can hear this, right?
I don't know, you said you were asleep.
Do I wake up from it? Because
I mean, I
yeah.
don't think he could sleep very well with like the bagpipes playing.
Yeah, also.
He automatically just hears the ale getting poured. I hear you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just like I'm awake. There's alcohol.
Very well. You've managed to, I mean, you're accustomed to having to make impromptu journeys under terrible conditions.
Yeah.
So, I think you did manage to sleep through the bagpipes.
All right. Awesome. No, I'll be sleeping then. I'll stay asleep.
But maybe when they stop, your mind is thinking, "Oh, what's going on? Why is there
Yeah,
silence?" And then, pour, eyes open.
Have we stopped right now to like make camp or?
No, you don't drink and drive. You drive, stop, drink, and then drive.
Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to say was the fact if you pour me a drink, if he wakes up, I'll go, I shouldn't have this, and I'll give it back. I'll hand it back to Vardos.
Ah,
Right. Like yeah. Considering we come to a halt, like I'll wake up and I'll try to get from under the sheet, which is a lot more difficult than it
I
looks
think
like.
with pack animals and stuff, you do have to stop like every 2 hours just to give them a little bit of rest. It's like for 5 minutes or something, and then carry on.
Fair.
So you can stop for like 10 minutes or so, and then this doesn't have to be like at the end of the night.
All right.
I'm just pouring Tamar's drink back into the cask and recork it. You gotta drink with me sometime on this journey.
Like
sure
I hear the words drink, so I come from under the thing and I go drink. Call a man interested.
Oh, the blind passenger that hasn't done anything on this journey right now.
The name is Vardos, my friend.
Yeah, hello.
And you are?
I'm Hjalmar. You'll get your drink eventually if you think you're worthy.
Well, you are one magnificent human being, aren't you? Well, you're not a
Don't-
human being.
Well,
A magnificent being.
you know what? Fuck off.
It's a human being. It's the only human being fully.
Yeah. Well, he's fucking massive.
Yeah, I am. So fuck off back under your sheets.
Well-
Leave alone.
I know when I'm not welcome, and I'll just go lie back down.
Before he goes, I'll go, Tamar, by the way. Just put a hand back. Just,
Underneath the sheets.
I shake his hand while going underneath the sheet and go, "Nice to meet you, friend."
and you.
And then I go back to sleep.
Pam kind of looks over to Tessely and she says, "So, you do know that one over there has some divine blood in him?"
I saw you looking. Interesting. What do you think? Is he trying to hide it, do you think?
But there's only one way to find out. You could use a little more divine influence in your life, Tessely.
Brilliant.
Wow.
First of all, I'm the one that makes sure that you pray every night. Second of all, no.
Oh, I'm sure Aphrodite would forgive me if I forgot a few times here and there.
I'm sure she would.
And bagpipes.
Oh, he's at it again.
What is that dreadful noise?
Hjalmar, can you make for me a dexterity saving throw?
I
He's
can.
going to play pipes while standing up on a cart.
Wow.
Oh wow!
Wow.
So as
Like
you
I'm-
start up, your horrendous bagpipe cacophony noise, which is much worse than the first time you started playing. The ox in front of you, Fowry, whips his tail at you in annoyance. You hear the air crack like a whip as it zips past, but luckily you've managed to move your bags out of the way and they are not sent cast onto the side of the road.
And I'm just river dancing to celebrate my victory
On the cart.
on the cart.
Oh my god! Oh man!
So, did you decide if you were going to camp or stick to the way station inns?
Well, that's what I was supposed to call out to the ladies up front and ask them if they want to stay at the way station or not, because the three of us don't mind.
Yeah, just reasonable request.
Tam,
Do we know how much the night stay would be?
To stay inside the walls is free. To get a room would be like a silver piece. Or if you wanted to just doss about in the common room, like 2 or 3 coppers.
Would like 1 gold piece? That's 100 silver pieces, right?
It's 10 silver pieces.
10 silver pieces. Well, see, yeah, this is why you asked.
Ian just looks at Tess because she's in charge of finance.
I'll just go. We'll stay at the way station.
Right.
So
Ladies made the call, guys.
Yeah, I guess we have to follow that.
I would. But yeah, so we'll just make our way to the way station, I think,
Yep.
and go and stay in there.
Were you going to just stay within the walls or get a room in the inn?
well, I'll get a room for me, and Pan will get a room, and they can decide if they want to get a room or not. I'll leave that up to them.
When we come to a standstill, I'll get out of the wagon, and I look to Tamar and Hjalmar, and I go, "I'll keep watch of the cart tonight. I've slept the good bones, plentiful on the way."
Well,
Well, I think inside the walls the cart should be fine. I think you should be able to continue your rest up if you think. I don't know if
I
it'll
know.
be very necessary.
I know from experience that you cannot trust other travelers. Being one of those, you shouldn't trust.
Being one of those people you can't trust. I'm
No.
assuming.
Hjalmar takes Terma to the side and says, "You know what? I know it's not fair, but I have a bad feeling that our cart is gonna be missing in the morning.
Hmm.
I just think, I don't even want a room. I'll just sleep in the cart with my bedroll."
Alright, well, what you could do is stay out here for a few hours. I'll go in, get a room, and then you stay out here for a few hours, and then come in, and we'll switch.
Deal.
That's on the right.
That's a deal,
Okay,
right there.
there you go. So that's what we'll do. Is I'll go in, get myself a room, pay the silver, get myself a room, and then after a few hours, Hjalmar will come in, and then I'll head back out. Obviously, that's just the plan so far. Whether or not stuff happens in between, but that's our plan right now.
Also, at some point, it could be any point in the night, Tess will go up to the wagon and instead of just checking everything by hand, she's gonna do a quick detect magic because she is curious if there's anything magical.
So you're coming to the wagon that I'm sitting up in the middle of the night.
That we are sitting on.
You're yeah, basically.
You're sleeping. I'm sitting.
I'm walking over and I'm casting detect magic.
I go, hey there, little lady, what you doing?
Leave her alone, comes it from the half sleep.
Oh, do you know this woman, Haima?
And I just turn around and push the hair from my long braids into my ears.
Right? I jump from the cart and I stick my hand out. Hi there, Vardos. And what you see is like 6.2-inch man, who's got immaculately kept leather armor, which is kind of surprising. And he has like shoulder length dark brown hair with like light brown eyes that have a tint of gray to them, and he has a cheeky smile on his face.
She'll take your hand, she'll shake it, she'll look very sort of thoroughly at you, squint a little, and then go, wait, Vardos. You seem familiar somehow.
Well, if beauty is something familiar to you, you probably have known me.
That was a
Maybe
face
has nicked you before.
Is Pan there with you, Tess, by the way?
No, I'm guessing no.
That's up to her.
True, sorry.
I mean, yeah, Pan could be up with me, like if you walked with me.
Yeah, so then Pan's going to interject and she's going to say, "Oh, I recognize you. You're one of the ones who didn't live up to Tessie's standards, so I'm afraid you're going to have to pass on that one."
I laugh wholeheartedly, and I say, "And what's your name, little one?" And then I stick out my hand as well.
The name is Pen. We've met before, I believe.
We did?
Oh, yes, I tried to hook you up with my sister, but you didn't quite meet her standards, as I mentioned.
Well, it's surprising, but everybody has their tastes.
She looks up to Tess.
Well, nice to meet you.
And you. What is it that you're trying to do to the cart, if I may ask?
Oh, it's just nothing really.
Well, all right. I'm guessing you're part of the adventurers that were hired by Gundred.
Cultist.
I want to investigate that. Zill.
Oh, what's that? Okay. I mean, you can just go in and get it.
I would like to, yeah.
Okay.
Hired
So-
cultist.
You crawl into the wagon, having to step over Vardos and whoever else is in there to get up behind the driver's seat.
Excuse me?
Hey!
Yeah, because Valdos is outside of it.
Now I'm awake.
No, right, and Hjalmar's inside it. That's what it was.
You find like a bunch of sheepskins wrapped around something, and what you're detecting is inside that.
I'm just looking over her shoulder while she's doing that. Curiously.
I'm gonna have a look at what's wrapped up in this sheepskin.
You peel the wools aside, and you find 3 things. One pouch that jingles like coins, and it's got a little note attached, written in Dwarven. There's a small vial filled with a faint red liquid, also has a note written in Dwarven. And a large sort of wine bottle, which says Purple Hills Cider. And this is what you're detecting the aura of magic on.
Oh, I know that.
Well,
That's
I
good
am-
stuff.
I'm a dwarf, so I can read Dwarven.
Okay. The note on the bag of coins says to bribe the Knights of Waukeen, if necessary. And the note on the little red vial says for emergency.
Okay. So I roughly relay that to the group, and then I wrap it back up and tuck it back where it was.
Or Tamar.
I was going to say, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Man, that must be some very nice spirit that they have wrapped up in the sheepskins.
Yes, and you are not to touch it.
No, it's not mine. I'm only touching my own things. And that's when I'm just grabbing a big piece of jerky and just chew on it.
Well, I'm glad we agree.
You know,
Yeah,
ownership of things is a very substantial part of our society. With like half a
Yes.
mouthful of beef jerky.
Oh, that reminds me. I just realised I forgot to tell you something while you were travelling.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh.
It was about an hour and a half after you left Neverwinter. Two people on horseback waved at you, and it was Gundren, who you know was planning to head out early before he had to bundle Vardos into the wagon and send you off. So, he just waved. So, and the other one was his personal agent. If you've been around Gundren much, you'll have seen some of him. It's called Sildar Hall. An old war veteran from... Well, he's from Neverwinter, but he served in Waterdeep. And they just passed you on the road. So you know they're ahead of you.
so what was that second name?
Sildar Hall. It's called Hallwinter in the book, but I think...
Oh no, I meant the name of the other dwarf. Or the person that was with him.
Yeah, Sildar. Hall.
Oh, so that was his name, sorry.
Yeah.
Alright then. Not bad.
Sildar Hall's about like late middle-aged human. You'll have seen him around if you've been around Gundren, but you don't necessarily have to know much about him.
Fair enough.
I just want to make clear that they're ahead of you because that's important to the plot, and I nearly forgot. And they're both on riding horses, so they can move a lot quicker than you guys.
But why would they let us carry the good spirits when they are ahead of us?
because we are supposed to keep it safe.
Cool. Maybe
That's probably right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna take my leave, and if you all agree, we can set out at first light.
Of course, and I'm going in to change with Timar and hand him 5 copper pieces for the half night.
First light.
Yes.
Yep, I'll just
Last night.
See you in the morning, girls.
and I'll just head down to the cart and then Kilmar can take my room.
You see,
Before I go into my room, I take Tessel to the side and say, well, you know, if your sister does not wake up, I might carry her into your cart. A bit jokingly.
You will carry her nowhere. Because
Okay.
that's my job.
come on.
Just making offers.
I'm just playing with a deck of cards while I'm sitting on the cart.
Oh, thank God you said of cards, because
I would have arrived at the cart and then just literally walked away.
anyway, the inn at the way station is it's bustling, but it's not heaving. There's a fair few people on the roads traveling between Neverwinter, Leylon, and far to the south.
I'm sleeping in the back of the cart again.
Just quickly, because Detect Magic is concentration up to 10 minutes. I think I would have kept it up. Is there anything sort of magical in the sort of inn?
Probably there's like a few very sort of faint minor magics kicking about. There's quite a few people coming through.
Okay. Yeah. No. It's just so I can size up if there's like anything major or like something that would be a threat or something that I would consider a threat.
So you can learn like the school of magic that these things have, and it's mostly like abjuration stuff, which you'd expect people traveling might have a charm or something to protect them, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't detect any necromancy or anything untoward. It's probably things that you're quite used to.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. I'll get a room for me and Pan.
What sort of alcohol are we going to have?
You can have milk.
You see a disappointed look on Pam's face. But she quiets down.
What about fermented yak's milk? That's alcoholic.
Don't
We're
get
talking
away
about
with this.
getting drunk, not getting wasted.
Not destroying one's body.
No, just regular fresh milk if she wants to.
Still begrudgingly have some.
So your night at the way station inn. Let's give it a name. Let's call it the Primrose Arms. There we go. That's nice and flowery.
Yeah.
So your night at the Primrose Arms passes quite uneventfully. Everything sort of quiets down around late night. People go off to either sleep in their carts. There's a few other wagons sitting around in the inside the walls, or they go up to their rooms. And you hear the cockerels crowing in the morning as the dawn, Lathander's favourite time, reaches over the land, covering it in all golden, pretty light.
I probably would have just been awake at that point because I probably would have just been watching the night sky just gradually turn into blue and just watch the sunrise. And just have my hand, hold my hand up and just let the heat just hit the hand.
That night, before going to bed, Pan takes out like this sort of I like runestone thing. And she kisses it and she says, "Mommy's watching over me." And she looks nervously at Tosley, a little embarrassed, and then tucks it back into her bag.
Tess just smiles and gives Pan a hug and then tucks her in for the night.
Before going to sleep, I'll just sit down for a few minutes and contemplate and try to pray a bit to Odin. He might hear me, he might not. But just out of habit.
Do you pray for anything, or do you just update him on what happened today?
I'll just update him and ask him to protect me from any charlatans on the way, especially a long-haired man that is traveling with me.
I'm offended by this.
Not you.
Fairly quickly after the first call of the cockerels, you start hearing the hammering of a small forge that's next to the inn as they begin reshodding horseshoes and all such like. And it becomes quite noisy as all of the people wake up, have their breakfast, and then get back onto their journeys wherever they were going hither.
Can see if I hear that. Can I possibly go up to that person and ask them a question?
Which person?
The person possibly doing like fixing the horseshoe.
Okay, yeah, like the guy at an anvil just hammering away.
Yeah, just kind of wanted to just go up to him and go, "Morning. I was wondering if you'd happened to see a dwarf, possibly a human, come on the road. Possibly like yesterday. I wonder if they just stayed here, or if they just went straight on down the road.
Just a dwarf and a human. Seen plenty of them.
But they were riding. They rode off together.
Well,
Just wanted to make sure they actually went past here, and obviously just wanted to make sure they were okay.
Well, if they went all the way along the road, I wouldn't have seen them.
Fair enough. I did not mean to interrupt you in your work. Hopefully your day goes well for you, sir.
Oh, as you step away and stop engaging in conversation, he has to go back to work. He looks slightly disappointed that he's got all of this stuff to do. Right, fair journeys, man.
You too, sir. And I'll just go back to the car and just kind of wait for everybody to come back. Actually, no, I'd probably go inside and get myself some breakfast.
Now that you've had time, I suspect that you've probably checked over the cart enough. You can take another inventory if you want.
I think I would have seen like Tesla.
Yep.
I think no, I wouldn't be Tesla. Would have been, or was it Pan that was doing it? That was checking it.
It was me probably.
Yeah,
yeah, it
it's
was me.
I'd probably just think over and go, you know, if I check over that and I move something, I feel like that woman's gonna have my head. So I kind of just have a glance in and then just go, nope, not gonna touch it, and just kind of walk inside.
But
Um,
I'll just say that you've looked in it at least, so you know that there are quite a number of casks,
Mhm.
some bags of flour. There are a lot of tools, shovels, picks, sledgehammers, lanterns, ropes, buckets, all that sort of malarkey. All that
Yep.
sort of stuff's kicking about in there, and it all seems to still be there when you go and look.
Is Vardos still there?
Oh, I don't know. That's up to him.
I will be.
Fair enough. Then. So yeah, I'll put-
Also,
go on.
if we have breakfast, I'm just looking for any gnome folk, except Pan.
That seems a bit exclusionary, but okay. Let me think. What are the chances you would see a gnome here?
If I don't see a gnome, I'll approach Pan.
They're pretty rare.
Is he gonna play the bagpipes again?
So-
No.
Okay. You don't see any gnomes today.
Okay, then as soon as she wakes up and comes down, I approach her in gnomish and ask her where her family exactly comes from.
Mm. She sort of looks at you, and then in Gnomish she says, "I'm a dwarf."
Are you sure about that?
She's also delusional.
I'm
Yeah, okay.
quite sure.
Okay. Then I'll just beg my leave for the breakfast and then beg my leave. I'm going to AFK to get my food.
Yeah, you notice Pan sort of has like a grumpy look on her face. Like she didn't sleep very well. It's her first time kind of away from home. She's never left the city before. And you can tell that she's had a rough night.
Okay. Well, it sounds like there's nothing else to do but get back on the road and carry on.
Alright.
Oh, just quickly, like when Tess woke up, she went over to Pan's armor and prayed over it and gave it the blessing of the forge. So Pan, you have a +1 bonus to your AC.
Oh.
Ooh,
Damn.
click that shit. Show us all of it.
That's what I said, yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's nice. I guess that if you do detect magic again, that's probably going to show up as well.
Yeah, because it makes it magical.
Wow,
Awesome.
that's handy.
She'll look over to Tess and say, was she awake or did you do it while she was sleeping?
Well, Tess probably woke up before Pan,
Gotcha.
so she was probably still sleeping.
The Pan will be completely clueless.
Wait, why am I glowing?
So, does its appearance change when you put the blessing of the forge on it, or?
No, but it is like because Hephaestus is a god of fire as well as the forge. It will feel just a slightly teeny bit warmer to the touch.
Okay.
Like some people might not even notice it, but it is just a tiny bit warmer.
So, one would assume that's full, like, kind of plate, like you're on full body armor.
No, her Pan has chainmail.
Yeah,
I think.
chainmail. I mean, it's full.
Yeah.
It's full body armor. She has like chainmail with a skirt, like a chainmail
heavy,
skirt.
so it's
No
heavy
one's
armor.
starting with a full plate of.
Oh yeah, that's I
Mm.
was meaning I was a bad description. I was meaning is it heavy armor?
Yeah, it's heavy
Oh.
armor, but it's not.
Yeah,
It's not full plate.
fair enough. So it's heavy armor that's
You know, it's
Could
like
have been
it's like
naturally
gambeson
heavy
with
and
like a
warm.
chain skirt sort of thing.
Yeah. fair enough. That was a bad description on my part.
There'll be plenty of them to come, don't you worry, especially from me.
Thanks. Yeah, that was it for me.
You also probably not on the armor, but maybe on like her weapons. You probably notice that they all have the same maker's mark on them as Tesley's maker's mark on them. The armor was made by her too. Just it's not as easy to see it.
Everything is an in-house production.
So yeah, I'll just go back to the cart and just be ready to set off.
When he arrives at the cart, I just go lie down again. And I just go, wake me up when we're at the next stop point.
Alrighty.
How was he sleeping all day? We are
Well,
16
that's
hours
all
on the road.
I like my rest. It's what keeps me beautiful.
That's
Yeah,
entirely
yeah.
debatable.
You hear the grumbles and lowing of your oxen as you rouse them into travel mode once again.
Oh, I would have made sure they were fed as well.
Oh, it would just take that as read that you know you're not starving them.
Fair enough. Just in case. Just in case.
We arrive, the oxen instantly dies.
I mean, if you end up in the desert or the middle of the sea, I'll ask, how are you feeding these two massive oxen?
Yeah.
Well, otherwise,
They're going to be able to eat off the ground basically. Or even here, so they'll definitely have something to eat. But yeah, fair enough. Just in case. I didn't want to all of a sudden get caught out.
I'm probably not going to be that evil. Not yet, anyway. Once you're all lulled into a nice sense of security, then I might. By the way, how many rations does everyone have?
I started with 2.
Let me
So
I
I'm
have
down-
9
I'm-
left.
hold
I'm
on.
down to 1.
There's 2 on Francisca. Do I need to mark one off, or did we have rations from like, traveling and staying at the inn and everything?
If you bought a meal at the inn, mark off 2 coppers. If you used your ration, mark off a ration.
Did we?
I probably paid for a meal.
Paid for me.
Okay,
I like my jerky.
then we'll keep the rations on Francisca for now.
How much was the room?
It was a silver piece for a room.
Okay. Right. I'm ready to set off, I think. I'll drive the cart today.
Mm. While Timur is probably driving the cart, I'm on the travel. I'm going to tell him all about the deep gnomish town that I have grown up in, all the intricate stone designs, and all the problems that I had fitting in, literally.
True. And I'll very intently just listen as we tells me about it.
They tell you about gnome-sized insects crawling around in the tunnels. The blackish deep gnomes working all day, but being very, very friendly people, very nice people. Not very humorous, kind of German.
German, what is this? Who are these people?
Deep gnomes. Just call them deep gnomes.
Gnomes.
I don't even want to pronounce how they're called in the book.
Snivnebby.
Just call them Smurfs if you want.
Sniff. Pan is going to sort of yell back to the other group, and she's going to say, "So, are any of you getting along quite well?"
Well, he kind of saved my life.
Oh,
Well-
I see. If you wish,
well,
I could
you
give you
know-
to the blessings of Aphrodite.
Whoa.
What does the blessing do?
Oh, well, you see, she's the goddess of love, romance, fertility.
No.
We're like a bromance, not a romance.
Yeah, it was a one-time thing. It was the big thing. He just needed a little bit of help. I helped him. And then we've been friends ever since. Wasn't a big thing.
We are bonding, we're not getting together.
Aphrodite teaches us that love comes in many forms.
You're taking this far too deep here.
You know, first you want to badger us to your sister, and now you're trying to badger us to us.
I'm
wait a
just
minute,
doing my
she
duty as a cultist of Aphrodite.
She tried to sell you to her sister. She
Uh,
to me.
What?
Wow,
Well, guess
I feel
I'm
betrayed.
the better looking lad then, and then I just.
I just shout,
threw my
"I'm
hair in
not
the wind.
for sale."
Nobody said that.
Nobody's
But
trying to
this
sell
has
you.
very good taste.
Is this in the beginning of the travel, or are we like halfway?
This is
through?
like on the road. She's like shouting back.
Oh, no, I do that.
This is why you're traveling on your second day.
Buzz.
Is it like? But I mean, is it like early in the travel? Am I still like somewhat awake, or do I wake up towards this point?
I suspect it's like,
Obviously, I don't. The whole
it's
time.
like an hour or so after you set off from the
Oh yeah, no, then I'm sleeping. That won't bother.
Yeah, because how far along are we along the high road right now?
I suspect it's like around here somewhere. That was
Right.
was where the way station was. So you'll
Hmm.
you'll
So
have
we'll just-
another one, and then you'll
Yeah,
be up on the.
Oh, that's bad. Oh no, that meant I've just tabbed. Okay. Yep. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, we're just friends. Nothing platonic. Completely platonic. Let's move along.
You see an extremely disappointed look on Pan's face.
May want to try Vardos.
Well,
Yes.
I guess we are just too good of a couple.
We don't
but-
need we don't need no blessing.
We don't need no blessing. And then I just high five you.
Yeah. It's like I actually just feel shooting pain come up my hand. God damn, that's a
for,
big hand.
for me too, but I don't want to show it.
Yeah,
Yeah, manly.
man, man.
Okay, so your second day's journey, other than your securing of your sense of masculinity, proceeds much like the first day. you reach another way station that's just around the turn off for the Tribord Trail, which you may rest at if you would like to, and repeat your.
I'm guessing there's like a bit of a shop where I can get some extra rations.
There's not so much a shop, but I guess the inn, the way station, you could buy them there.
Like the innkeeper.
Yeah. According to the book, it's like 5 silver pieces a ration.
Yeah, rations are pretty expensive because they last for months.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy a few more rations before we go.
Probably do the same. I think I'll just use. I'll probably grab 2 rations. Once if we go even if we're just passing by, I think I'll just pop like. I don't know if we're staying or not.
Probably think because you're not in a town or a city, you're on this like little way station. It's a bit of a captured market. There's a bit of a markup on the rations.
Back.
And they're 6 G, not GP, SP instead of 5.
Wow. Can I charm the seller into giving me a lower price?
You can try, yeah.
Do I just use charisma or performance or persuasion?
Well, it depends. What exactly are you trying to? How exactly you say?
Well, I will try to flirt with the shopkeep or like the market keep.
It'd be
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman.
the innkeeper, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Constitution saving throw. How hard will she bust your balls?
Innkeeper's a man.
Innkeeper man.
That's fine.
Just get that out there right now.
How hard will he bust your balls?
That is absolutely fine. Do I have to roll with disadvantage because he's
Actually, let me just think. Don't know how to do a roll to myself at the moment. Okay. So, the innkeeper at the Trail Inn is a man about middle-aged.
right?
Runs it with his wife. And you wanna flirt with the guy to get a discount?
Yeah.
Aphrodite's love does come in all forms.
Wait, I didn't understand what you said.
Aphrodite's love does indeed come in all forms.
Exactly. I do like Aphrodite.
Okay.
Like I'll just say how he aged well for a man, and that it's nice to meet people who have his stature, like out in the wilds like this. Well, the wilds, out on the road like this.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you flirt with me. That's fine. So if you just
I must say, from the background, you always hear like 12-year-old giggles from Hjalmar watching this, like through the whole thing.
Do I roll persuasion or?
yeah, I think so. Roll a charisma persuasion check.
All right.
Hold it.
Okay, 18. That's pretty good. You see, he flashed a smile. You can tell that you can sort of tell what you're doing, but he's feeling pretty flattered. He's thinking, it's been a while since anyone said nice things to me. Even my wife doesn't look at me much anymore. Don't care that this random bloke is hitting on me to get a discount. It feels good. So he charges you just the standard rate.
Oh, I'm happy with that. I'll buy 2 of them. I throw him like what is it, like a gold piece, and I add a silver for his troubles.
Okay.
And I thank him. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, fine sir.
I like that you talked yourself into a discount and then gave half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
It's not half. 1 silver is not half.
Are we going to Cost you one
Well-
gold and 2 silvers.
Yeah, you gave up like one silver though.
Well, whatever.
I'll go up to the man and ask him, you know, might you refill my water skin? We've been on the road all day, and come on, it's water. Please.
Oh, yeah, you can just get water out of the well for free.
Oh, there's. I'm not the most. Thank you, and I'll go to the well.
Are there a lot of travelers in this station?
It's pretty much the same as the last one. It's not packed, but it's a little busy.
Yeah, I was gonna be poking her head around. Blessings of Aphrodite. Just basically saying that to like various people, pushing people together, and encouraging them.
I'm not-
You get a few funny looks, I think, because Aphrodite is one of these new gods that's risen after the events of the Sundering, and all of the other ones were killed in the great big battle. You know how it goes. So all that power had to go to someone new. So people rose, people fell. But a lot of people are still not quite not au fait with the whole new arrangement. So a few of them just give you funny looks.
Oh, come now, blessings of the fertility and love goddess.
Yeah,
It will give you good luck in future romances.
I would like some blessings.
Oh.
Actually, why don't you give me a charisma check? You can add persuade if you've got that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
Aw.
Yeah, so a lot of people give you a funny look and move on. Some people are quite polite and say, "Oh, well, thank you, but I'm quite busy," and they go about their business, and you don't manage to dispense any blessings to these people.
Well, she'll give Vardos a blessing. Now, you must know this blessing will not work on my sister. She's already turned you down.
It doesn't matter. I just really like Aphrodite. She's my kind of god.
Yes, she's so wonderful, isn't she? Stories of romance. It just makes my heart melt.
She's absolutely delightful.
I think I'd probably end up going up to the innkeeper as well to buy rations. But I think I'd try and mostly like barter with him, saying I buy 2 rations at the standard price, and I'll also get a room. What do you say?
Standard price is 6 silver pieces.
And I'll get a room as well with about 5 silver for each ration, and I'll get a room. You're only out 1 silver.
Give me a persuasion check then. See if you can talk him into it.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Nice.
He just says, alright, I'm feeling in a good mood for some reason today, so I guess I won't lose out.
You know what? Just for that, sir, I'll take 3 rations.
So 3 rations, a room for the night, that's 16 silver pieces.
So that's 1 gold.
1 gold, 6 silver pieces. Or you can pay it all in coppers if you want to be a dick.
No, just no, it's
Make him
just
count it out,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, just that. So it was 1 gold, 6 silver.
Hmm.
Because I was upset. I got the room as well. So it was. So yeah.
After seeing everyone perform so well with the innkeep, after I filled my water skin, I go back and I say, "Dear good man, I have a deal for you. What are your prices on ale?"
Good prices?
What is like a standard big cup of ale?
guess they just sell like a pint of ale for 1 copper.
Okay. I sell you something. All the rations that I'll buy for, at your place, I'll buy for 7 silver pieces. But you give me 5 ales for free.
How many rations are you buying?
Do you agree to the deal or do you not?
As long as you buy at least 1 ration.
Be confident.
You know what? If you package me the ales into a small cask, we have a deal.
Fuck it. Okay.
Nice.
You get a cask about the same size as the one you bought for 5 gold pieces last time,
Yay.
which you know was an extremely extortionate price.
I think I made a good deal.
And then, during the night, he comes in and says, "Right, enough of this," and slits your throat.
Good that I had this backup character.
Well, that was fast.
Anyway,
That's on dark.
we press F9 and quick load back to before that happened.
Pan is gonna divine sense in the room. I forgot to do it last time.
Oh, in the tap room?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. It's same as before, isn't it? Celestials, undead, and stuff.
Celestial, undead, and fae. I think. Let me double check.
You've just run into the biggest devil meetup of
Celestial, fiend, and undead. Sorry.
I like the idea you just gotta go into every room. And just every like tavern just go, any of you guys in here?
Celestial, fiend, or undead.
Let me see.
Yeah, she's never left the city, so.
Okay, so you know how you got an extremely tiny, very faint sense of celestial nature from Temar?
Mm-hmm.
You get a similar feeling of fiendish nature in the tap room.
Is it a tiefling or is it something else?
Yeah, there's 2 tieflings.
It's just a minor feeling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. She'll let it pass.
If you've ever done this inside Neverwinter, there's a good chance. Well, you've probably seen tieflings out on the streets.
Yeah, I mean she's probably practiced in Neverwinter, so she's familiar with probably the difference between like a tiefling and whatnot. So.
Wow. Maybe 1 in 30 people in Neverwinter is probably a tiefling.
She would let
Nice.
it pass as long as it's not like, oh my god, there's a demon lord. I think if there was a demon lord, she would also let it pass.
Yeah, there's no demon lords, there's no seraphs or eladrins, whatever the.
Oh yeah, the
Fae
high
ones
elves.
are.
Oh, it's not fae. I misspoke. It was fiends, undead, and celestials.
Not even a barbed devil, come on.
Afraid not. Other than a couple of tieflings wearing Waterdavian clothes, looks like you're quite safe.
I am looking for Odin's symbol and other gnomes in the bar.
Okay.
That's a bloody high number.
Still no gnomes, unfortunately.
Mm. No Odin worshippers either.
What is Odin's symbol?
I thought it was like 2 ravens looking across each other and then the eye that he gave away.
Oh.
If you want to say that that's Odin's symbol, then that's
It is it for now.
It is.
so you don't see anyone bearing that symbol.
No. Feels bad, man. So I'm just gonna sit down with the group,
So,
enjoying meal and drinks.
so see, just glance around. Do I see any kind of possible symbols for Lathander?
I would say you don't see any like people just like showing it off, brandishing it around, but
Yeah. Oh, like,
Lathander's a very popular god, so you can rest assured that if you said anyone like Lathander, a lot of people are going to raise their hands.
like, yeah, over here. Nah, I think I'd just look around just to see if there's like any signs on the walls or anybody's maybe not. They're probably not wearing it or anything. But just see if there's any signs of it.
There's probably like a little shrine in the corner of a room, just like a general purpose shrine, where people have like left little offerings. Most of them are going to be to Joaquin, who has domain over travelers and trade. So she's probably the things that most people are going to be making offerings to here.
Yeah. So I'd probably just end up going to my room. But before that, I'd go to Hyoma and say, "Do you think we need to do it for a second night, where I go up, rest for a while, get a rest, then you come up and we'll switch, then you go outside, wait, and then you come up later on." And we'll
I think
switch.
we should switch around so that I go the first shift to nap and then you switch out in the middle of the night.
Right.
Nice.
So I give him like just if it's like a key or something, and just say, "There you go, there's the room."
Thanks. I'll just go up and lay my bedroll onto the flat ground, not even noticing the bed, and just sleep on that.
And I'll just head outside to the cart and just kind of sit back and just
Oh, don't fall
Weird.
over.
Sorry.
hold on.
No, the celestial is falling.
I sit up and I look at him and I go, "You guys don't trust me, do you?"
Not yet.
Well, that's fine. You'll learn to trust me soon enough. And then I just keep playing with my cards.
Better.
Yeah, we'll go through the same ritual again at nighttime.
Is that little stuffed bear thing? Is that the one, or is it the
No,
armor thing?
she has like a rune stand.
Oh, right. So, once again, the night is going to pass, fairly unremarkably. Things get quiet around the right time. Everyone sort of shuffles off to wherever they're bedding down.
I'll just be outside for a while, and then I'll be outside for a while, and then later on, as the night goes on, I'll just switch out with Hyama,
Yep.
and then just take up the room, and just go up and lie in the bed, and just sleep.
Okay. The morning arrives the same as it always does, with a cloudy sky, bit of a rain coming down. Not heavy rain, it's just damp, spattering.
I'm gonna go grab some breakfast inside this time. How much was it again for breakfast?
Sorry?
How much was it for breakfast?
It was like 2 copper.
Yeah, it's about 2 copper to buy a meal.
Alright.
I'll probably do the same, I think.
Yeah, I'll probably end up doing the same as well.
Pan, do you want breakfast?
She sort of She's again kind of had like a rough night, but she nods and she looks up and she says, "Oh yes, can we have some alcohol with this one?"
This is a set
No.
for things to come.
Wow.
Tian gets the same disappointed look on her face as she goes and pulls in from the store.
Hjalmar is just out and about and is looking for like a small job like wood chopping or carrying things so that he might get 5 copper back to get a silver piece.
Most, let's just say, like, most kids in Neverwinter have probably been drinking long before Pan, getting small beers and stuff.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
she has
Tess,
She has a
Yes.
history.
and Pan has a history, so
Don't we all have histories?
Wow, that's deep, man. That's deep.
You know what deep gnomes do? They take the carcasses of those giant beetles and then brew their insides up. And then drink that shit.
Oh, that's deep.
Deep gnomes, man.
Is it? I'd kind of like just in the morning just to see. Is there many people left in the tavern, or just at the inn? Sorry. Like, is there many people awake?
Yeah, a lot of people are getting up with dawn because they're all like you guys. They've got places to be and things to deliver, so they're getting up with the dawn. They're having their morning meals and then they're all setting off.
But
So it's it's usually a bit of a kerfuffle. Everyone trying to get out at the same time, but it evens out.
So I'm assuming just because obviously the probably most of them have just rested, so none of them are going to be like have any injuries or anything, like bandaged up arms or anything, or possibly cuts that's maybe just still there from even having a rest. I'm just looking to see if anybody's hurt.
Yeah, there's probably a few people who are a bit achy, but other than no one's going around limping on crutches or saying, "Oh, woe is me, my hand is cut and it won't stop."
Yeah, fair enough. It was just to see if there was any like kind of injuries, like that were just there. But maybe just if it's just like morning aches, then I'll probably just leave it.
Well, if wood chopping goes wrong, you have your injury.
There you go. That's-
I'm not going to make you roll to chop wood, but there's not a lot of demand for it.
Strength saving throw or just straight strength?
So, hang on. Who are you chopping wood for?
I'll just search for someone who needs just muscle to do something for a few coppers. Or like a smith that just needs some hammering done, like heavy lifting things.
I would say that Tesla can probably tell you this, but no smith in his right mind is going to let you hammer something unless you're also a smith.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Because I'm pretty sure there's a bit of a technique to it. You don't just whack it until it's right.
Well, the very rough parts of smithing might take just raw force.
So the innkeeper's probably always, got fires going, so he'll probably be okay with a bit of wood chopping.
Okay.
I'm just warming up my hands here. I'm just getting ready.
I'm chopping away.
So, give me a strength check.
Never mind.
Goodbye, chopping block. Goodbye.
Okay. You whiz through the pile of I think it's got a pile of stacked I don't know what they call them, just bits of log waiting to be chopped and split into firewood. Let's see how much that's worth. Oh yeah, you whiz through a great big pile. He says, "Yeah, that's pretty good. It gives you a silver piece for copper."
I say, thank you. Might I have bacon and eggs?
He takes the money back and gives you 9 copper and said, "Yep."
That's nice. Thank you. In the positive.
I think you're all about ready to set off, but before you do, I want to take like a 5-minute break. Is everyone ready with that?
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we'll resume at currently it's 1951 for me, so about 1955 around there. And I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Alright.
Yep.
Yar.
Good. Okay.
And here let's go.
Well, time to steal Hjalmar's 1 copper. When he's not looking, that's the time, that's the moment.
Oh, actually, that's a perfect time.
I already opened my sound system, then ran to the toilet.
That's,
Already did that twice.
yeah, I'm gonna just go and turn off my heating, so I'll be right back.
back. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
No problem.
I think it was. I think we still have like a minute.
It's alright.
We were just planning on murdering each other.
Okay.
My
Yeah.
character is no
Yeah.
longer alive.
I'm just waiting to the moment. Someone Pan comes up to me and asks, "Well, she's getting a ping off of me."
It would be a shame if you all murdered each other, but it would take up a lot of time, and that would mean that I
Your
had less to
story.
do.
Yeah, well, that's true. And your story would just not be enjoyed. It would just be an absolute battle royale.
What do you mean? Like I've got a 15 armor class, 17 health, and a +2 to my attacks. I'll basically best everyone. No questions asked.
I don't know. I could do it. What's your health?
17.
I'm back.
Okay, I
Welcome
can think.
back, Ellie.
Okay, hello.
Is everyone
I
back?
think
We are-
I think I could kill good with that.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, roll initiative, because you're all dead.
That's it.
Oh, is that what you forgot to mention happened on the road yesterday?
Beyond the grave. Beyond the grave battle royale.
Yeah. No. I think we're all here, we're all engaged, and we're all gonna continue on our. What the hell did I just say? Continue on our merry way.
Yeah, we are the Cantina band. The same song again.
Churn.
You're all taking the same arrangement. The little cart first with Tess and Pan, followed by you guys.
Probably,
Yep.
yeah. Pan, would you like to drive?
Oh yes, of course, sister.
Come
You can hear the dizziness.
Yeah, just turn around and go, Shama, have you ever done this?
Well, I've traveled far and wide, and I have certainly steered a cart before.
Do you feel confident? If you want to try it, you can try it. I
Wait
I
a
don't-
second, I need to get familiar with the oxen, and I'll just pet their heads and make sure that they are well groomed, and then I just sit back onto the cart and gently get them going. Because I like animals. Animals are better humans.
All right. Let's see how much you can endear yourself to our
Oh god.
oxen friends,
That's so why I did this. That's so.
Sorrel and Farry. So how about you give us an animal handling check and see if they like you or not? 14. Yeah, that's pretty good. You know, give them a scratch under the chin, a bit of a fuss.
Mm.
Yeah, they seem quite pleased.
That means he likes it.
Do you go and do the same for the mule pulling the other cart?
It's not my cart and it's not my mule, so I first ask if I could scratch the mule. So, my ladies, may I scratch your mule? Oh god, that sounds so wrong.
Crazy.
Be my guest.
Pan, you can see she has a look on her face that she was thinking about saying something, but then she looks to Tessie, and she just like goes quiet.
I'll just do the same thing with the mule.
So this is your mule, Pan. How does Francesca react to strangers coming up and petting her?
Francisca is friendly.
Okay.
You're a good mule. Yeah. You like being pet.
She was friendly.
Shut up! Get under your blanket and sleep.
There goes your fingers.
And he almost lost an eye.
For Odin!
Well, if Francesca's a friendly mule, he you know, what? get a bit of happy braying at being paid attention to. And then, I guess unless there was anything else you guys want to do, you'll set off from the inn and make your way onto the trail.
Sure.
I lay my head down. And take a little nap.
I'll probably, like, in the back of the cart, just absent-mindedly, like, sharpen the end of my spear with my whetstone, just like, because it's been a few days since I've crafted anything, and I just need my hands to work on something, so I'm sharpening my spear with my whetstone.
Okay.
I just sing away song. Take me home the high road to the place we should go. On the oxens we go forward. Take me home the high road.
On the note of that karaoke, as you move off the high road and onto the Tribord Trail, you know, you're moving off. It's not the Tribord Trail isn't paved. It's basically a dirt rut that's been gone over and over and over by wagons and carts until it's like this flat, expansive, packed earth and dirt where no grass grows.
Mhm.
And as you turn off the road as well, the coastal highland, the sort of flat rolling plain that you get before the cliffs, gives way to a verdant woodland through which the track winds its way.
When we make one of those 10-minute stops, I'd like to track for some animals, like if they've gone over the road, by the road, what animals.
Yeah, sure, okay. Give us all a survival and let's see what you can learn. Did we lose someone?
Just Steven.
Just Steven.
Okay.
I'm rolling too good for my own health. That is.
Oh yeah.
If we hit-
That's a
if we
bad
hit-
side to come.
If we hit combat, it's ones, 1, 2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a bad side to come. Well, things to come.
Okay, so survival. You don't need survival to tell that there's animals in the area, but you can tell that there are, you know, the usual things.
Namely, a
love.
mule and 2 ox.
Yeah, but you see signs of deer and that kind of thing. Perhaps a boar or 2 has been flitting by, as well as rabbits and all sorts of woodland birdies.
So,
And
yeah, it's-
then
oh, carry on.
I'll just get very low down to the ground and then get Terma right beside me and say, look at this track. You know what this belongs to? And then I stand up and show him like 50 yards in the pan of grass. There, that rabbit.
Wow. How'd you know that?
Well, because I saw it hopping on the track before we went here.
That's not as impressive.
I know. But it's fun.
But as we're riding along, I think I'll just keep an eye out and just look around to see if I could see anything. Like if there's anything like on the roads of interest.
It's mostly just trees and grass and your companions. But the very light misty rain that started out in the morning gets a bit heavier. Sometimes it comes on a bit strong, but mostly averages out just a bit of a drizzle. But a very persistent and long-lasting drizzle, which you might expect for this time of year.
Of course.
Which I'm going to guess is, let's say it's late spring, or early spring actually. All the snows have melted and the temperatures are starting to rise again.
Fair enough.
You all have at least traveller's clothes.
Yes.
I've got common clothes.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
have traveler's clothes.
I don't.
If
You're
not-
underneath the thing on the wagon.
Like, I should probably have them though, but I didn't add them.
Well, if you've not got traveler's clothes, I mean, nothing bad's going to happen except, you know, you're going to be soaked. That's all.
Ah, well,
Yeah.
can I add that still? Considering like I am traveling. That's pretty much what I do.
I mean, if you could still afford them, sure, you could have bought some before.
How much would they cost? Do we know?
I think it's like 4 gold pieces.
Yeah, I'll lower that from like my money and then take that along, because it would make sense that I have that.
Okay. But even if you didn't, there's like all sorts of oiled skin sheet things over the top of the cart to protect all of the stuff under it.
That's fine.
Well, sorry, not
Uh,
cart, wagon.
Traveler's clothes, 2 gold pieces.
I'm more rich than I thought.
Yeah,
Alright.
never mind. I don't need to worry about that. I could literally just use the prestidigitation. Prestidigitation.
That one cool cantrip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just dry myself.
Oi, hey there, watch the magic.
Just dry myself. Just dry
Can't
myself.
the man use little magic here?
I'm going to need you to stop with all of this shouting.
You're the one shouting over the yacht.
Where are you exactly? Sorry.
Yep, that's yes, that's all I wanted.
Right, can we get going, please?
Aren't you already going again?
Yeah.
Lead the way.
So you are continuing on the way to Phandalin. You spent about half a day or so along the Tribor Trail. You still got quite a ways ahead of you on your journey. The road is getting a bit closed in. There's some dense copses of trees, and it's winding its way through some little hillocks and stuff. So you've got escarpments to either side now and again. And then, when you round a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled across the road about 60 feet ahead of you, blocking the path.
Do they look familiar?
Hold!
Hey, I'm in the front.
Yes, we don't. Yeah,
But I'm holding the cart.
Oh no! At this point, I've taken the car back.
They do look like riding horses.
Pan looks back and she says, I do believe you should take a look at this, Tessie.
I come up from under the things and go like, what's going on? Considering we've stopped, I probably wake up like I'm somewhat dazed from just waking up.
And I just kind of shout, but just like say back, going, 2 horses, dead on the road. It's right. Was it riding horses? You said, or traveling horses?
Yep, riding horses.
Riding horses.
I'll slowly grab my axe and step off the cart, and I try to look around the horses, like on either side of the way. This looks like an ambush, and I tell that to the group.
Yes, I very much agree. This does not look good.
Who of us?
Don't worry, I'll go check it out. Pan says, like pulling out her sword and shield, and she starts marching in that direction.
Pan! Pan!
From behind, you hear a very loud face palm.
Do you grab her collar or anything?
I grab your collar just enough to slow you down a little, so we can both approach.
I'm just drawing my staff.
Just a bit more cautious. I have my spear in hand.
I jump out, ready my rapier, and go to Francesca and hold her.
You don't have to worry about it, Tessie. If there's trouble, I'll protect you.
So you
Her-
two are going up to inspect the horses,
Yes,
is
yes.
that right?
I'm looking at our. I'm like standing behind the cart and looking in this direction so that nothing will surprise us from behind.
And I'll probably just stand near the front of the oxes and just have like a hand on them. But just looking around, just looking straight towards Pan and Tesla.
Yeah, just to note about the map, it's like it's not a battle map, so saying I look at like this piece of this map because it's just a nice theatre of the mind to get you set. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
if you wanna...
visual perspective.
Yeah, just to get a perspective from our carts.
So, Hjalmar, I want you to make me a perception check. And then hold that there. Okay. So, Pan and Tessely, as you approach the horses, you see these filled with like arrows with black fletching. And you can see, you're pretty sure that, yep, these are the horses that Gundren and Sildar were riding. And as you come to this conclusion, roll initiative.
Ah!
You had to roll like low on the perception. Man.
Here we go.
I know.
Oh, yeah, there's a trick.
Yeah, the token.
So is it? I'm assuming it's just the wood initiative I'm clicking.
Good thing Pan has such a high dexterity.
Okay.
Oh wait.
You need to click your icon and then roll for initiative.
Oh, my bad.
So as long as you've got it selected.
You as well, Destiny.
Pan
Where's
is
the-
actually Ambi Sinister.
So it's the blue one. Yeah, it's the blue one.
She's what?
Ambi Sinister.
What's that mean?
It's the opposite of ambidextrous.
I see. Okay. I'll just add you on there manually then.
That's what I was wondering actually, because I couldn't see press the button.
If
Yeah,
you,
so
you have to have your token
basically-
selected and then press the initiative button. If you mess it up, what you can do is you can just click your token and roll again, and then just change it manually. So
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I've got you all on there manually now. Okay, so yes,
Oh,
thank you,
like,
Steve.
like I said, it's time. I don't.
So I was about to say Hjalmar right at the bottom there. Nice roll.
I told you I was rolling too good for my own good. But I saw that nice, funny little rabbit,
That's what distracted you.
like with those long ears and his cute face and his giant eyes. Oh, it's a bandit. A tabaxi bandit.
wake up! It's time to die.
It's been so long since I've GM'd. I keep having to switch overlays and doing all sorts of nonsense. Draining all of the tension out of it.
No,
That's
it's
fine.
more like it's adding tension.
It's building to
Yeah.
the death trap that we're in. Because we are all level ones.
Don't worry, we're all gonna die. It's fine.
So, what is your next character idea?
Do these horsies look like they could get better?
That's good. That's the question. Oh damn!
Oh god, goblins.
Oh, that's a high roll.
Out of the thickets and trees on either side of you, 2 arrows thwack out of the wilderness, aimed at one at Hjalmar, one at Vardos.
Oh. Alright.
Okay.
Let's see how exemplary this goes. There we are. So first Hjalmar, then at Vardos. Oh damn it. Okay, I accidentally rolled in secret to myself,
Fine.
but I'm not gonna they rolled a 6 and a 10.
Yeah.
So they didn't hit you, I'm guessing.
Nope.
Oh wait, actually. They have advantage because you're all surprised. So let's see if they do any better with the advantage rolls. No.
Oh, damn.
6 and 7 again.
Wow.
It just wasn't meant to be.
I just hear the arrow come and I split with my axe in the air.
So that's these two. Pan, you are surprised.
Mm-hmm.
You can take no actions, but at the end of your turn, you take reactions.
Yeah, she.
Tamar, you are surprised. You can take no actions or movement. At the end of your turn, you can take reactions again.
I feel like this is going to be a similar thing.
Vardos, you are surprised. So you can take no action or make no
We
movement.
get it. We get it.
And so on, and so on. Until...
Goblin, you are surprised. No?
You're surprised that these people are just standing still.
A trio of goblins burst out and array themselves around Pan and Tessely.
Oh no.
Oh, luckily enough they've got low initiative.
Hope you got good armor classes.
Tessely, 2 of them go for you, 1 of them goes for Pan.
Racist.
Great.
Nope.
Oh.
Frick.
Wait, is that?
It's not a crit, it's
Oh,
a
yeah, I was
modified
gonna say-
20, not a
yeah.
natural.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
So he lashes out with his spear. It grazes against your side and you take 5 piercing damage.
Ow.
And the one on Pan rolls a 9. Which I'm guessing is a miss.
Yes.
Was that most of your health?
Probably.
So that is, my friends, the conclusion of the first round of the Sword Coast Adventures. These goblins are terrible. Jesus. So the 2 still hidden in the bushes fire off another salvo. This time we'll go for Hjalmar again and Tamar.
Bugger.
Fuck you, little shits. Fuck you.
An arrow whistles towards your head. You just shake your head. Feel your neck go ugh, as it whistles across and you take 3 damage.
Yep. Done.
And Tamar... Oh no!
Oh no, I'm down. I'm actually. Oh god, I'm going down.
So what about that other character you wanted to play?
Yeah, I'm totally going down.
That's 5 damage as an arrow smacks into your chest and bounces off your leather armor.
Alright, so yeah, because it's.
He rolled low damage, a 2 and a 1 on his 2d6.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was just noticing that. Alright.
And now that all of the surprises happened, I'm gonna change over to something.
Oh god.
Is it a battle now?
Dun dun dun.
Pan, you were the first of your companions to regain your composure after this ambush has been sprung on you.
It's
I
because
think
Goblin in
Rick-
front of you. Your sister is assailed by 2, and there are 2 more in the woods, shooting at your friends.
she's gonna move up here. And she's gonna smack this one, or try to.
Okay, give me a smack.
She swings her sword more like a club than an actual sword, but she does it.
Wow.
Damn.
Clap
That's
to the
pretty good.
face.
Your sword swings in
Mm.
with a crack. The goblin squeals As your sword comes back, slicked with a bit of blood from a slash.
You see, she gets like she has like this furious look on her face. It's very different from her ordinary look, and she looks at the goblin in front of her and she says, "Wait, oh, hold on a second." Sorry. She says, "He dies a seamstress, and I'm gonna cut you balls off and feed them to a bear."
Okay. What else do you do for your turn, or is that the end?
That's all she can do.
Okay. Tamar, you've just taken an arrow from these assailing goblins. Your two friends are engaged in a melee. What will you do?
So, would it be an action to possibly jump up and like get cover inside the cart? Or would that just be movement?
You can just, you're right, you were right by the cart, so you can just move and take cover by the cart if you want.
Yeah, just where I can get covered, like, well, it's either by the wagon or the cart, just whichever one I can actually just like get cover so I don't take another arrow.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do that. And is that because it was Pan that took a hit, wasn't it? And Hjalmar.
It was Tesla.
Well, Tesla, yeah, I thought it was
You can
Tesla.
see
I'm
see
fine.
HP bars actually, if you need.
Yeah, it's hidden underneath you for a second, but I can just see it as a. So I kind of see that I've been hit, but they're engaged with three of them, so
I'm still
will
down
use-
there. I'll just move so you can see.
yeah,
better.
yeah. It's I use my bonus action to use healing light,
Okay.
and I'll just
I'll just note again that they're 60 feet is how far Pan and Tesla are from you guys.
it's you could heal one creature you could see within 60 feet of you.
Okay. Then you can heal them if you would like to do that, or yourself, or any of your friends.
Yeah, I just want to use one d6. Wait a second. Let me just double check.
Oh, is this that thing on your sheet? If you click the little
Yeah, which
speech bubble, it'll be put out in chat. We can all see what's going on.
yeah, I'm just trying to find which one it is. Oh, there it is. There. Yeah, that one.
Okay. So you have a pool of d6s that equals 1 plus your warlock level, so you've got 2 of them.
So, yeah, just gonna use one d6.
As a bonus action, you can heal
That's
one
good, huh?
creature within 60 feet. Pan and Tesla within 60 feet.
I see Tesla's been hit, so I just use it on her. Just put
Okay.
my hand out, and the hand just kind of glows, and you just see a light just shoots towards her. For 2 health.
Every little helps.
Oh yeah, and I think from what I'm saying, yep. On the other side, I'll just suddenly take my staff and point it round, and I'll take an Eldritch Blast. If I could ping it, I would.
You can use the ruler if you want to point at them as well.
Dip.
Okay. Roll your Eldritch Blast.
Roll.
13.
13 to it.
A sec. Right. Oh, yeah. 13. Unfortunately, you do not hit the guy.
Fair enough.
Your blast of Eldritch energy crackles and whizzes through the air.
And I think
So
that'll be me.
this is the first time you used Eldritch Blast. So what does your celestial patron's Eldritch Blast look like?
It's kind of like I just suddenly pull the staff round, and there's a part of me that just kind of goes, use like it's like a voice that comes through, a feminine voice that just suddenly comes through, and it just suddenly goes, use this, like do this, and I just kind of have an instinct just to kind of point the staff straight towards the goblin, but because I'm just suddenly taken aback by the voice all of a sudden, it glows white at the end, and it just suddenly flies straight out. And because I'm just taken aback by it, I just suddenly completely missed the goblin. But now that I know I can do it, I'm going to be ready for next time.
Okay, cool. So, that was your action. Your healing
And
light
that
was
was
a
my-
bonus action.
Yeah,
You
healing
moved
out.
to take cover behind the cart, so note that
Yep.
you have +2 AC from being in cover behind the
Okay.
cart. Vardos.
Yeah. As I see what's happening, I just quickly grab one of my daggers and throw it to the one that's next to Tessely.
Okay. I think daggers, after 20 feet, it has disadvantage.
Oh damn.
That's correct. So you could always move.
Yeah, then I'm gonna move like within 20 feet of them.
How much movement do you have if you're 60 and you have a 30-foot move?
I have 30
So you can
Wait.
move in 30 feet.
in 30 feet, so it would be the same. Well, I'm gonna move 30 feet anyway, so that I close the gap and then throw with disadvantage.
Okay. Give me your dagger throw.
Oh wait, I clicked on the wrong one. There we go.
Okay.
Oh,
14. Your dagger's whipping through the air, end over end, end over end. You're sure it's on target, it's on target, it's going to smack him right in the neck, but then the goblin raises its shield. Bop! And it thuds into the wood.
Wow.
Gee.
Do I see where it lands?
It's in his shield.
Oh, okay.
Damn, these goblins have got better AC than I have.
Stop giving them weapons.
So, you've moved, you've thrown, do you have a bonus action?
I don't do anything with my bonus action. I just stay there.
Okay. Tessely, you're in the middle of a melee.
Ah.
Daggers are flying everywhere, arrows are going over your head. Crackle of mysterious energy just whizzed past the goblin. Pan just smacked her sword at another one.
I'm gonna quickly, as a sort of first and protective instinct, cast Sanctuary on Pan.
okay. Yeah, that's probably not the best idea out of character. Because it gets broken if you attack them. I mean, your character would probably know that, so.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first session, so I'm going to be pretty lenient on retcons if you want to do something else.
It says, though, if the worded creature makes an attack or casts a spell.
That would be Pan. So if she makes an attack, then it would break the spell.
Yeah,
Now
but
you're a healer.
Well, wait a minute.
But it would have an effect until you make your next attack, and the goblins
Yes,
go
that
before you.
is true.
Yeah, I was gonna,
So
that's
I'm
what I was going
still gonna cast Sanctuary on you,
Okay.
and then that's a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I'm going to.
There's also, I think, one spell slot down.
Yep. And then I'm going to spear the one that got blasted with some. Well, the one that was.
I
gonna-
missed it. It was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
Only
Yeah, I
one.
mean,
Make
Only
me
one
feel bad
goblin
about
has taken damage so far.
Yeah, one goblin is bleeding
Th-
from
this
hit by
one.
Pan's sword.
it. Don't make me feel
Mm.
bad or anything.
Actually, should put a little
yeah.
thing on it.
I'll go for the wounded one then,
Okay.
with my spear, because I said I have that in my hand.
Pragmatic, but hardly merciful. Oh, you're using a spear, and this is the one. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, that's unfortunate. That 5 is a dreadful miss. It just whiffs through the air. But I remember you said you used your whetstone on that.
yeah.
So one of the things that annoys me is the whetstone is in the book, but it doesn't do anything. So what I will say is a whetstone has 3 uses. And when
Okay.
you use it, if you roll a 1 on the damage, it counts as a 2.
Okay.
But you got a 4, so never mind. Okay, so bonus action and action. do you want to run away?
I am going to stay in melee.
Okay. Hjalmar, you're at the back of the cart, 60 feet away. Tessely and Pan are in a melee. You've also been struck by an arrow from out of the woods.
First of all, I would like to rage.
Okay.
Then I'll move 30 feet closer so that I'm halfway there.
Yep.
And then as my action, I'm gonna throw one of my 2 javelins at them.
Okay.
And
Javelins?
while I throw
What's the
at
range?
disadvantage, it's a disadvantage because it's 20 or 30. Yeah, that does 16 hit.
Yes. But it says there that your javelin's range is 30, 120, so if you moved halfway there, you are within the normal range.
Oh, okay. So just the first one.
So the
And-
first one struck, but it only did 3 hit points worth of damage.
No problem. While I throw it, I shout at him, "You're now in my world! The world of pain!"
Wow.
Okay.
That's inspirational, man.
I'm going Bard later on.
We're back round to the goblins. Now, with Sanctuary, they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
So the one that you smashed with your sword, he's gonna try and make that save.
He has to beat a 13,
Okay,
which is my spell save DC.
let's see if he can.
Damn it!
Damn.
It's a goblin, goddammit. How good was the... Oh god.
You still had -1. You still made it.
Okay, so lashes out with his spear. Ooh, I think that's a hit.
Nope.
Nope.
Thanks to the blessing from Tesla. It's a 19.
He lashes out. His spear is on its way into Pan's heart. It strikes the metal and then just goes zip, leaving nothing but a scratch. Meanwhile, the other 2 goblins beat up on Tessely.
No.
And they come round and flank her. So they have +2 to their attacks on you. So 21.
Damn.
Why do you even ask?
Just I mean, you might have a reaction spell.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Pierces you
Okay.
for 6 damage. Other goblin is also going to take his chance. But I'm guessing a 9 is gonna miss.
No, that's gonna miss.
Okay. Then, all 3 of them take the disengage action, which they can as a bonus action, and piss off 30 feet back into the woods.
Fucking cowards.
Motherfucker.
That's just dirty.
My name is
you're gonna-
Justice. You ain't gonna run away that easily.
Here
Two
comes
arrows.
You stepped on my lawn! It's my lawn! You stay here so I can beat your ass!
2 arrows also flash out of the woods again at Hjalmar. 16.
It's-
That hits.
For 3 points.
Okay.
Okay,
That one misses. And then, as a bonus action, they try and fuck off and hide. Now then, Hjalmar, you still see them. Tessely still sees them.
I don't see him.
Pan, Vardos, and Tamar. You have no idea where the archers have gone.
I don't think
Uh,
Pan ever
but
knew there
where-
was archers.
That was, I had no idea what they were in the first place. I got hit by them.
Where are the archers? Are they like here or here?
Archers were left side.
They're about like it's 60 feet to where Pan and Tesla are. The archers are a further 30 feet away from that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
right,
here.
Yeah, like top left. Big one.
Oh, if you're looking for their tokens, they're
Yeah.
over there.
Top left.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
That's like, because I was
Wow.
I had zoomed out quite enough to actually see them.
Okay, let's back round to Pan.
Pan is gonna go after the one that like flanked Tusley, because that one should still be within range.
Yeah, they're about 30 feet away. Yeah.
Well, Pan only cast 25 movement, so she can only catch the one that was on like the other side over here.
Yeah. You
Oh
can
yeah,
catch up to
because
that one.
because there was the one here and then the one
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So it's also the same one that got hit by your javelin. And she's gonna swing at that one.
So the one that got hit by the javelin, I'll just put him next to you.
No.
Ooh, that's not...
Oh, he brings up his shield. You have a bonus action?
No, that's it for her. She just runs up and swings.
Okay. Tamar.
Seeing Tesla again, I'm just gonna roll, just get the other, just try to heal her again
Okay.
from range,
Once again, the light of Lathander bathes Tessely.
and then. Wow, God, that crit
Wow.
fail. Oh my God. And, and then, how far away from me? You? That's not good. I don't know.
I think I'm
Oh.
60 feet away from you.
So like from here, can I see them?
You can see the goblins. You can see them in the woods, so they've got cover.
Right, so they've got cover now. Give me 1 second. So are they like 120 feet now? Because she,
No,
you
they're
said
less
because
than
they were
120.
60. Yeah, because okay, that's fair enough. Then.
I think like 90 feet if they moved 30, and they were 60 away when they were next to us.
I can see the one that's hurt from there.
There's
Yeah.
2 that are hurt actually.
Oh, there's 2 now.
The one in front of Pan is hurt as well.
Yeah.
Alright,
The one in front of Pan is hurt, but he's not as hurt as badly as the other
Oh
one.
yeah, because wait a minute, I was checking the range of that one. I can't actually use that one because they're out of range. I'll just go for. No, I'm gonna possibly need that spell slot. I'm just gonna go for.
I was just going to say, I think they're in range for the Eldritch Blast, if that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, no, I was gonna use Sacred Flame, but Sacred Flame's only 60 feet.
Ah,
Use
can
a
move
sleep
30 feet.
spell.
Yeah, it would be a save spell, but it's also taking me out of cover.
No, I mean a sleep spell.
I sleep so. Oh right, no, it's just a damage one. But yeah, I think I'll just try to aim for the one that's damaged at the back.
okay. Roll
With an
your
Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah,
There we
18.
go.
Even with his shield and the cover, you blast him. And you said it was like a white crackling energy?
Yeah, it's like the staff comes out and it's just a white crackling energy at the top. It just soars through the air.
Your white crackling energy arcs through the air. And you hear the hum of heaven. And then it hits this goblin, and you see, like, he just becomes engulfed in this white light.
And it just forces them back.
he just explodes. He's dead.
Oh, he's dead? There you go.
He dead now. Feels bad.
First
One
blood.
dead goblin. Congratulations on having the very first kill.
Yeah!
Okay, I think. Is that the
And
end of your turn?
that should be me.
Okay.
So I still don't know where I took those arrows from. Like I knew I took the arrows, and then but they're hiding, so I know they did some damage to me. So I'm just gonna stay in cover.
You know there are 2 archers at least, but you don't know
Yeah.
where they are.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna stay in cover right now.
Right. Vardos, I believe you're 30 feet away from Tessely.
Yeah, I was gonna rush over to Tessely. I'm gonna just like tell her to hold still, and then I put my hand on her wound, and I use Cure Wounds to heal it.
Okay, put it in the chat.
Am I the only one around here that doesn't have spells?
I think the question is, are you the only one here who doesn't have healing? Because I think the other 4 of us do.
Yeah.
Finally, group with healers. Nice.
So what does Vardos's cure wounds like?
I guess it's like a very like there's just some light that comes from his hand, and that kind of like forces itself into the wound, and then it bursts kind of out of the wound while it heals, like while it closes up.
Come up to Tess, and she's at first she's just like, hey, and then she feels the warmth of the spell, and she goes, oh, thanks.
Ask for consent, man. That's not cool.
I give her an intense smile, and then I turn around towards like the goblins, and that's kind of all I can do. Yes.
You moved. You took an action. You can. Yeah, I think that's it. Unless you got a bonus action.
No.
Okay. Then Tesla, it's your turn. Your friend Pan's gone chasing off into the woods against 3 goblins, one of which has just exploded. Meanwhile, there is 2 archers that you can see lurking about on the other side.
I am going to get a little closer, like roughly around there, I think.
They're about like 25. Pan's like 25 feet from where you were, so.
Yeah, you've got the same movement rate as Pan, so you can catch up to one of them as well.
I know. I'm.
Oh, I see.
Just don't want to.
I just making sure you knew.
Right. I think I'm gonna go and. No, I think I'm. Not sure. I'm going to bless, I think. So.
Oh, I see. If you get halfway between Vardos and Pan, you can bless you on the other 2.
Yes, which is what I think I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So
whenever either of you 3 makes an attack roll or saving throw, you can roll a d4 and add that to the total, which might be very helpful.
Remember to take your D4.
There's a really cool toggle thing actually in the character sheets. You might be activated. There's it's like a global attack bonus and a global save bonus. There's a little check mark in the cogwheel page, and then it automatically gives you the option to add bless that way.
That's cool. I have the one for armor already.
Okay. So
How do I do that exactly?
I'm just adding a thing.
I already put bless in there automatically.
Okay, I'm just adding a bless counter to the time to the thing. So in your character sheet,
Yeah.
find this thing. There's the little cogwheel on the page tabs,
Yeah.
and then on the right hand side you see like this checkbox NPC role queries. If you keep going down, there's show global save modifier field and skill modifier and attack modifier. So-
Yeah.
So for Bless, you just want to check show global attack modifier and show global save modifier.
Yeah.
All right.
And if you go back to the core page, you should see in your saving throws and attack things a little 1d4 brackets Bless,
Oh yeah.
which is currently ticked, so it'll automatically put that in for you whenever you roll an attack or a saving throw.
Nice.
All right, that's pretty awesome.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like it's Bless's turn.
So I just
First
get
round with
between
Bless
them,
begins.
and then I say, "Let the hammer of Hephaestus guide you both." And like I bless myself as well, but I direct it towards the two of them.
Okay. So all three of you, I guess, feel a little warmth tingling in your fingers as you feel the effects of the blessings of the forge. Is there anything else you can do on your turn, or should we?
I've moved. I did an action, so I cannot attack because that would be another action, and I don't have a bonus action, so I guess that's everything.
Okay. We get back to you, Hjalmar. Most of your friends seem to be running off on the other side of the road. Meanwhile, you can see those two archers lurking behind some bushes. We've already
I'm-
shot you a few times.
I'm shouting to Tamar, "Follow my javelin!" And then I'm moving 30 feet closer
Okay.
to the archers, which is here. Or here? Here.
It's not the most accurate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I
and
was wondering actually how far that is for that.
I'm just aiming at the nearest, and I'm throwing my other javelin.
Okay. So I think last time you were 30 feet away from the horses. And the
Yeah.
archers are 30 feet away from the horses in the other direction. So that works out to they're still 30 feet away from you.
Yeah, and that is just within the range of the javelin.
Okay. So you spear one.
Uh,
Right through the side of one of their legs, and you hear it squeak in horrible pain.
I'll choose this one.
Oh, it's not dead though. It's
No,
just
no, it's I was just marking my prey,
okay.
and I'm shouting back to Tamar, "Fire one of these bolts on this one! He's not standing on both legs anymore."
All right.
Tamar, you heard a squeak of pain out from somewhere in the woods, but you don't.
It's like I'm just like, okay, I don't know what it is, but okay.
Yeah, and that ends my turn. I'm just angrily charging those.
Okay. So the goblins that you've trapped down here in the woods get around Pan, try and flank her, and stick their spears in the poor gnome. One spear.
Nope.
17. Nope. Two spear.
Nope.
12. Nope. Then they disengage and piss off another 30 feet.
Pan looks at them and she says, "Your ma sleeps with a bugbear."
That's the end of that round, and we return to the archers, both of whom squeak shouts of alarm and fire their bows at Hjalmar. Oh no!
He's got
Well-
rage.
Well, what's nice serving with you guys?
You have rage. Oh,
That's quite a
Oh,
big one.
damn.
It's
13 down to 7.
13 down.
the
Is it
five
rounded
and a
up?
6 on the damage dice. It's
Yeah.
11 on the
Yeah.
dice.
Oh, damn.
Well, help!
So
Help.
that's 13 damage. Rounded down is 6.5. Sorry, halved is 6.5. Rounded down is 6.
Okay, so I have 5 HP left.
Okay.
Being a
Bloody hell.
barbarian is helpful sometimes.
Just
That would have taken down anyone else.
Yep.
pretty much.
Doesn't the other one still need to shoot though?
Yeah, the other shot comes out.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
God. Oh, wow.
4 piercing damage.
Saving throws. Saving throws.
1 HP.
I am on
No,
3 HP.
oh, 3
I
HP.
will die.
And after that, they run away 30 feet. Inside.
Oh,
Oh my god.
wow.
They're
Oh.
gone. You can't see them.
Yeah, just Jesus.
Can I see Hjalmar?
Yeah, you can see Hjalmar. He's busy crashing off through the trees.
All right.
But it is Pan's turn.
Pan is
Yeah.
gonna chase furiously. I think she can get in like over here probably, since they moved into flanker. So
Yeah, you can catch up to them and have another whack.
yeah, she's gonna whack at this one.
Ouch.
Why does it say? Oh, because that's +4 from the
Nice.
blast.
Yep.
The 21, I think that should hit.
Yeah.
It's only 3 damage.
You severely wound this goblin you were chasing. As your sword whacks across it, you see another line of blood as you have pierced its hide and its armor. A bonus action, or
No, she doesn't have anything with a bonus action yet.
okay. Tamar.
Yeah. Soon I can see Hjalmar, right?
Yeah, you can definitely see Hjalmar.
Yeah.
He's about 90 feet away at this point.
Yeah, I think I jump out and basically kind of start making my way towards him.
You step on a landmine. Bye.
Ah, damn kid. So basically, I can. How far can I go from there?
If you want to take an action to double move, you can get 60 feet, which is within 30 feet of him.
No, I'll just do the 30 feet.
Okay.
So I don't know. Is that? Although that's obviously not going to be right. But not sure how that's representative. That was like, was it? I'm like there.
This is like a compromise between proper battle mats and theatre of the mind, just because I don't want to be making loads of maps. It's the thing that always gets me.
Fair enough. So, and then so and then I'll see. I'll obviously still be able to see that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take an Eldritch Blast shot at it.
Okay. Give me a roll.
Well, that's a hit.
Pan, you are covered in chunks of goblin. As an
Yeah.
arc of white energy spears through the trees, lances into this thing, and it just.
Me just back on the menu.
Do you think that normally Pam might have a different reaction, but currently she just like grasps her sword tighter and then turns to the next goblin?
And I think that would be myself. That would be me.
Okay.
Level 1. Level 1.
Vardos.
So, do I have a feeling that I can catch up with these goblins? Like, do they move a little bit slower than me, or wouldn't it make sense?
The goblins are small, but they move at 30 feet. They have the same speed as you.
Okay, so it doesn't really make sense. And I've seen Hjalmar been hit with like 2 different arrows, or
Oh, yeah, you look across at Hjalmar and there's arrows sticking out of him.
okay.
Peppered.
I'm basically half porcupine by now.
Yeah,
I'll
he's,
just-
he's a pincushion.
I'll just like run towards like Hjalmar, but I don't think I'll get close enough because
Oh, I need to change that.
I think if you're spending your whole turn running, you can get right up to him.
Or you just stand there and hold your action until I run past you.
yeah, sure. Can I do that? Like,
You want to get halfway? Yeah.
I just want to get to him and then
basically, if you spend all of your movement and an action dashing, you can get right up and touch him. If
But
that's
then
what
I
you want.
can't. But then I can't heal him, right? Because then
Not unless you've got a bonus action spell.
I doubt that healing words bonus action, if I'm right. But
Healing word
I
is.
think
I
it
think
is.
I think
I
it is.
think it is.
It's ranged as well. I think.
oh yeah, it is bonus
Yeah.
action. It's not ranged though. Ranged.
Healing word is
way-
ranged.
Yeah, I mean cure wounds is what I mean. So
Okay.
that's on touch, and that's not a.
And I'll tell you, because he's raging, basically whatever you roll on is double hit points worth to him. So healing word is basically as good as a normal cure wounds for someone else. So if you
Yeah.
want to do that,
Yeah, I'll just use a healing word for now then.
okay.
But with what words are you gonna heal me? You're not as bad as a fighter as I thought.
Damn.
Oh, that's definitely not what I'm shouting. Like I'll shout to him like.
Imagine if your healing word was get well soon.
You look good. The arrow suit you.
I'll yell something like, "Try and dodge next time. I hope this makes you feel better, friend."
God, giving the guy some shade.
I'm so close to turning on you.
That's fine.
But I won't because goblins are worse.
Doesn't like he gets double the double
gets-
healing or something?
He gets 6 hit points back, but because he's raging and takes only half damage, like it would take 12 points of damage to undo what you've just done to him.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
So, Hjalmar, you feel reinvigorated. The pointy arrows sticking in you don't feel so bad anymore. You can just sort of pluck them out of your clothes and drop them to the floor.
I'm just draining out blood.
Yeah, you've probably got like a few cuts and bruises, but you're not actually in terrible shape until you hit 0.
Mm.
So, I think that's the end of Vardos' turn, and we're on to Tessely. So you've
Yeah,
seen
I'm gonna.
your little sister charge off into the woods. There's one goblin out there remaining that you can see.
I'm going to run after her as long as my little dwarven feet take me. And I don't think I get up to the goblin because I was further away from Pan when they ran off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to throw my spear.
Okay.
If I can get within, I think, is it 30 feet?
Yeah. I will. They would have cover because you're in the woods now.
Okay. I'm gonna try anyway.
Ooh.
Even with cover, you strike a glancing blow across this goblin. And
Not so fast.
the goblin definitely felt that. It wasn't quite as powerful as you might have hoped, but you did summon to him. I don't think you've got any bonus actions, so
Nope.
we're in the second round of the Bless being up.
Mm-hmm.
And Hjalmar, your goblin archer adversaries disappeared from your sight, but you've been reinvigorated thanks to the helpful words of Vardos.
If I use my 30 feet movement, can I get within 20 feet of this goblin that is still alive?
No,
Ah.
they're like on opposite sides of the road and stuff.
How close can I get to him with my 30 feet movement?
I'll say there'd still be more than 60 feet left.
Just so you know,
Okay.
just so you know too, you can always ready an action to hit someone when they come out of stealth.
But surely more than 60 feet, or just 60 feet?
More than 60 feet, yeah. So, less than 90, more than 60.
Okay, I'll just use my full movement to get near where the little goblins were, like more deeper into the woods.
Yeah.
And I keep shouting, "Get out, you little fuckers! Special delivery!"
I mean, do you want to look for them?
Yeah,
You want to perceive them?
definitely.
There's a thing you can do to perceive things.
With a perception check.
That's the one.
No, nudge, nudge, nudge.
Ouch. You don't see them. You almost don't see yourself.
Who am I?
You're actually looking around. There's just a tree branch in your eyes, and you're like, I just can't see her.
Mr. Tree Branch, have you seen two goblins? One with a giant javelin sticking out of his leg.
Right, this last goblin on the other side, with next to Pan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Just witness these brothers blow up.
Yeah. He's gonna make a stab at I guess Pan, because she's right in front of him, but she's so heavily armored. Yeah, he can't throw at Tessely because that would be a disadvantage because it's in melee. So he shall try and spear you, Pan.
Damn.
That will
That
hit.
gets through your magical armor.
Yep.
Deals 5 damage.
Pan screams out in pain.
And then, as always, he disengages a bonus action and starts pissing off as fast as he can 30 feet to the north. Which is actually getting him closer to Hjalmar.
Just doesn't know it yet.
Say hello to my little friend.
Okay. It's not quite Pan's turn yet because we have our hidden archer friends. Who, because they are hidden, are going to shoot with advantage at Hjalmar.
Oh, come on.
That's all they do.
16. Is that hit?
Aren't I in the wood? That adds 2 armor class for me because I'm in half cover all the time.
Oh, yeah, you're in the woods as well, so.
Yeah, that would make my armor class 17 and they would not hit.
So, a ranged attack in the woods is not always the best idea.
You're telling me.
Oh,
That one hits,
Oh,
Yeah, for 9 damage.
which is 4.
Okay.
Oh, another crit.
no.
These
Well, the
goblins
same
really don't
person.
like you.
You can see them because you saw where these arrows came out. They broke cover to shoot at you, but then they bugger off and try and hide again as a bonus action. Oh, they
Oh
don't
my
have
gosh.
advantage on that. Don't worry, but you don't see them.
Yeah, still, I can't beat a 21.
Pan, what shall you do, my friend?
He's gonna chase after him. She has to drop her sword to do this for actions, but she drops her sword and throws a light hammer at this guy, since she can't get in melee range.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's because you.
No.
Unfortunately, your hammer bounces off a tree and hits the ground.
That's all she can do.
Okay. So, Ma, you can see one goblin scrabbling across the road, running as fast as it possibly can to get the hell away from Pan and Tessely.
I'm just gonna move myself into like cover in the trees.
Hmm?
Get around, and then seeing that goblin, I'm just gonna take an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay, he hasn't quite got into proper cover yet, so
Wait, how far is he?
within Eldritch Blast range.
So fair enough. Yeah, I'll just do that. Oh, that's bad. That's a natural one.
Oh.
Oh,
So as you're getting into cover, you know, you're scrabbling around. You're not used to fighting or doing.
Ah, son of a.
You trip on a tree root and you stumble, and your blast just goes zoom, right up in the air.
You hit
I thought
yourself. You're dead. Feels
I
bad.
thought I was gonna get hit there.
Oh no!
That'll arrive someday, Thunder.
But it is Vardos's turn.
How close am I to the goblin?
You can spend a movement and get up to him, 30 feet.
Yeah, I go up to him. I stop him. Well, I jump in front of him.
Yeah.
In the direction that he's running, and I try to knock him out.
Okay.
So like with my sword, but I don't try to kill him.
All right. So you hit him with the flat of the blade.
Yeah.
Okay. 15. He brings up his shield. You do not connect.
Damn.
it
Yep,
just
bonus
echoes.
action.
Boom, 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 boom,
Oh, yeah,
boom,
'cause-
boom, boom.
Yeah, that means
Sorry.
that AC is like 16.
No,
Oh,
I don't.
no. Sorry, you're right. 15 does hit. I didn't notice the one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, so-
So it does hit.
So it does hit.
So I think I knock him out.
So we go back in time a bit, and you just whack him in the face with your blade, and he just crumples down, nose bleeding but unconscious.
Sweet. And then I say like, don't kill him. To like this to Pan, who's clearly like with rage in her eyes.
Okay.
Tesla, this is your turn.
Well, I definitely keep chasing after Pan. Just a little bit. And I take out my warhammer, so it's in my hand.
Yeah.
And then I was just about to Sacred Flame the goblin when Vardos shouted, "Don't kill him!" So I'm just gonna not do that. I'm just gonna instead dash so I can catch up a little bit.
Okay. That's the end of your turn then.
Yarp.
Okay. So you and Vardos and Pan just alongside you have managed to capture a goblin. And your friends Tamar and Hjalmar hear you shout out, "Don't kill him." With a third round of bless, Hjalmar.
Inner monologue. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Those fuckers are faster than me and they can shoot. Pursuit! But first I want to see if I can spot any of those goblinoids.
Okay. Gives a perception check.
Please!
Oh!
I think that's our first natural 20.
Yeah, that's...
You know, you're breathing heavily. You're holding your what weapon is it you've got, by the way?
I've got a great axe.
Okay, you've got your great axe in your hands. You're breathing heavily, and then time sort of slows down. You hear a flutter of wings, and spot a raven at the edge of your vision, and it flies past a bush, and then you see goblin eyes staring out between the leaves. You've spotted them.
How far away are they from me?
You never got into melee with them before, did you?
I was very close once.
Okay. Yeah. So I think... I don't think you can get to them with just one movement. You'd have to dash.
Yeah, I'll just get into melee with them. and just shout at them, "Surrender, you fucks! Your mothers are proud of you, just stabbing warriors on the road!" Or using measly little short bows.
I'll put them back on the token list so you can see them now. Okay.
Also, give me my javelin back!
So this goblin is knocked unconscious. He can't do anything.
This little goblin is not
These
unconscious.
two goblins, however,
Oh, why are you still following him? So
Okay.
dead.
That kills me. None of us have. The only person to have rolled a crit so far is Hjalmar. But you, the DMs rolled 3.
so one of the goblins disengages from you, Hjalmar.
Mm-hmm.
He steps away, and he fires his bow. But he does not fire it at you. He fires it at the friends that you all shouted out not to kill.
Okay.
Oh,
So let's see.
Uh-oh.
He's
no
got,
snitches.
he's got disadvantage because he's on the ground and he's far away.
Oh my.
Hell.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, he gets him. Kills your captured friend and then runs 30 feet off into the woods. While this remaining goblin...
But he already moved, so he can't.
Oh, he did, yeah. Good catch. So the other goblin, who hasn't done anything yet, spears Hjalmar. Or tries to, anyway. He drops his bow.
Oh,
He didn't have disadvantage, but the 6 was on the left, so he missed. Then he disengages, catches up with his friend. Pan.
Pan glances back at Tesla for a moment. You can see she's got like tears in her eyes and her nose is running, but she turns around and chases the goblins, yelling profanities at them the whole way.
I think
Tess was
Because-
just shaking her head like, no, don't.
because they had to come out to shoot this guy. I think you can run at. You can get into one anyway, especially this one that's already bleeding.
Oh, she can actually get into melee this round?
Yeah.
Okay. Then she's gonna swing at him. Oof. Well, maybe with the blast.
These guys were archers, weren't they? So they weren't carrying their shield. So you hit him
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to blast.
and he dies.
My javelin!
Tan hits him again after he dies.
What?
Just like peck,
What?
peck.
That's it for Pan.
Tamar.
Seeing everybody run, just I run a bit closer.
Okay.
Still being used in cover. And
Right.
just get a shout out for saying, are we wanting it alive? Yeah, no?
We
And-
definitely want it alive, I yell. And I mostly look at Hjalmar when I do it. Not that he'll notice.
Pan
but,
just
you know.
looks
Why-
back and she
why
says,
you say this?
they hurt me, Tessie. You have to get out of them.
No.
I just, at this point, I just go, I just use the Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
looking
absolutely
shocked.
not possible to do a non-lethal Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, just go.
Yeah, but this one has not been hit before, so chances are
However,
better.
What if it's
go
like
boom it.
mafia style and you're like Eldritch blasting their fingers in like the background?
Oh god, maybe. Anyway, this misses. Your crackling bolt smacks into a bush, and a whole load of leaves fly around.
Yeah, just stay in cover. So,
Okay. Vardos.
Can I make it up to that one?
Pan made it to the other one, and you were next to Pan, so yeah, you can make it up to the other one.
Alright, I run up to the other one and I tried to knock it out as well.
Okay.
Oh, shit. That
hit.
should hit.
Jesus.
You knock him out, you catch him.
Can I move between? Well, can I go sit on top of him and like put one hand towards Panther, like in a sort of stop motion, one towards Yalma, and just go like, "Don't kill him." He might know what happens. He might know what has happened to the horses.
I'm a barbarian. I like killing, but I'm not fucking stupid. I have an intelligence of 10. I know that if all of those goblins die, we won't get our bounty.
The battle is over.
No. Hjalmar storms onto Vardos with his axe in hand, and then just puts it right beside him and draws the javelin out of the other goblin. Just to intimidate.
Do we need to do a check if I get intimidated? Because I don't feel intimidated. Although he's bleeding, I might feel intimidated.
What? Are you trying to make him get away from the goblin so you can kill him?
I'm just trying to scare him a little bit.
Alright. Make an intimidation check using strength, but Vardos gets to judge whether or not he's intimidated by it.
Okay, so it's not -1 but +2. So it's a 17.
Do I need to roll for anything?
No, it's completely up to you. He's not trying. He's not trying to get something out of it. So it's up to you how you feel about what he's doing.
I guess I don't flinch. Like, I don't show that I'm intimidated, but like I'm happy that he stopped in front of me. Like, like on the inside, I go like, phew. But I don't like. You don't like. I don't show it.
Hjalmar, roll me an insight check.
Okay, I'm not good at those.
Yeah. Vardos was just like he completely was not affected at all by your intimidating charge.
I reach him my very bloody hand and say to him, "Well, you proved yourself useful. I think you have earned yourself an ale," and I just get one of the cards off my backpack and pour him one.
Pan is going towards the goblin intently.
Can I see her do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, she's not being stealthy. She's just.
No.
Hang on. Do you want to try and kill the goblin?
No. This is just more like RP. I'm not trying to like.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god.
Though someone will have to stop her. Otherwise,
I like my hand follows her. You know, as I like my hand is still up from stop towards her. It just follows her and just keeps her like at arm's length from the goblin.
she sort of glares at you and then looks over to Tess.
Pan, calm down, okay? It's all right now. Goblins are gone.
She kind of nods and she like wipes some of the blood from her face because she's like someone exploded in front of her.
When you say the goblins are gone, the goblin on the ground groans.
And
well, you're still here, little shit.
I'll just like grab him by his neck, by his neck and like pull him up.
and
He's unconscious.
Oh, he's still unconscious. Okay.
She'll look at everyone else and she'll say, I'm sorry about that. I guess I lost my temper a little bit.
I could at this point I could just walk up to Pan and like put my hand on her, and then just heal her for 1 HP. You did well, and just kind of do that, and then obviously just the 1 HP from the healing hands I've got.
Yeah, she looks at you and she says, you look like you're injured as well, so she kind of looks back at Tessie. How are you doing?
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
Yeah, totally fine. Nothing to see here. I'm just bleeding. Hjalmar says while you see his torso is bleeding everywhere.
I was about to say, I walk up to Hjalmar and I'm like, yo, like, yeah, man. And I put my hand out for like a cheer, just like a bro handshake.
Yeah, and I'll go full in, and you're bloodied all over.
Yeah, and as soon as it goes in, like both hands on him, I cast Cure Wounds.
Aww.
Cold
You
down.
hear an almighty crash coming from where you've left the carts.
Damn it! I was gonna do that, and then I was gonna go back to the carts.
I was also gonna go back to the cards.
Yeah, back to
I
the
was-
cards.
I was gonna do that and then go back, but damn it, I'm too late.
And on the way, I grab my other javelin.
Yeah, I
You
grab
see,
my spear on the way back as well.
I pick up the goblin.
You see, Francesca stayed mostly where you left her, but the two oxen, as all of those arrows were flying around, got a bit spooked, and then when Tamar left, they started straining against the carriage, and it's just gone down the side of a ditch, and a lot of the stuff was spilled out. It's all over the ground.
Alright.
The harness is a bit split, but the oxen are okay.
Okay. I go up to where the harness is split and cast mending.
And I'll probably just
On
go
it.
up to the oaks and just try and calm them down a bit.
Can I pick up the goblin?
Yeah, you can pick up the goblin.
All right, I pick him up and I carry him back to like between the oxen and the dead horses.
Okay.
While everybody's doing their rightful things, I'll go through the leftovers of the goblins, cut their ears off, and loot them.
Loot what? Like,
Pan-
well, only two of them exploded, so it's...
Pan gives you a nasty look when you do that, but she's more concerned. She goes to Telmar. She'll give you 3 points of lay on hands.
I'm full healed.
Yeah,
Oh, you
that
are?
healing spell basically.
that 10 healing.
I thought Telmar still looks like you're damaged. That's why.
Not
Yeah,
Tamar.
well, I'm the one that's thought, yeah.
Okay, well then she'll
Well, I think
she'll
it's on the-
put a hand on Tesla and heal. You have like what, 1 or 2 hit points left to heal.
One, I think. Yeah.
Okay, she'll
Tamar
give.
Tamar is still damaged though.
Oh, I'm still hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
I said. Telmar.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
because-
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, me and you are hurt. And I didn't realize Tessie
Yeah.
was still hurt.
So she gives you 3 points and she gives Tesla 1 point, and she's gonna save 1 point of lay on hands in case something happens.
Oh, so it's 3 points.
So Hjalmar, while you're searching the goblin bodies and piles of gore,
Mm-hmm.
you see that obviously you find like 2 dropped short bows, a bunch of arrows with black fletching. They all had a spear, but it's just like a really crappy spear with a really well honed flint point. Actually, it's probably iron by this point. And they're just wearing like these really horrible tattered matty leathers, and they have a wooden shield.
I just feel horrible for those pesky creatures, and I pray to Odin to not let me battle with such pesky foes again.
Do you
Can
want
I-
to roll for me 3d4?
Okay. Not a d20, a d4.
3 4-sided dice. You find, in total, 5 copper pieces on their bodies.
Okay, I yell at him because I see him do this, right?
Hmm.
I yelled, Hjalmar, if you find my dagger, please return it to me.
I'll just rummage through everything and try to find an intricate, worked out dagger that looks like it would belong to Vardos.
There is a dagger sticking into one of the shields.
I'll just pull that out because I have not seen one of the goblins use a dagger.
Yeah.
And I'll just let it glide into my back pocket.
Well then, who's not too interested now?
After I yelled, I just investigate the horses, so I don't see him do this. Like,
Okay.
what do I notice anything particular about the horses? Do I need to roll investigation? Do I?
No. They're just like normal riding horses. They're dead, and actually, I'll ask you make that later. They're dead. They've got arrows in them with the same fletching as the goblins' arrows.
Okay.
All of their saddlebags have been rifled through and looted, and there's like an empty leather scroll or map case just scattered on the road.
All right. I go and pick it up and just like inspect it if I can see like any, maybe it's like a leather bag, like a bag with a name on it or something. And I do the same thing with like the bags on the horses. Do I notice like if it's like owned by anyone, if it's got any symbols or markings to like dictate from who it's from?
You know these are the horses that Gundren and Sildar rode out on.
Okay. I turn to the group and I say, guys, I'm afraid this is from our patron Gundren. It's their horse.
No
Yes.
pay. Why?
You just jump out and go, there's still the other two brothers, and there's no bodies. They may still be alive.
I guess it's time to wake up this little fella.
Are the horses still alive?
No.
No. They are very much dead. I'm surprised you have to ask that, little one.
They've got big red X's through them.
They're not like rotten or anything, are they?
No, so they haven't. They're very recent. I mean, you can make a medicine check, perhaps.
They were about a day
Oh,
ahead of
I'm
us,
just
so-
saying, Pan might suggest, using the meat.
Ooh. That's not a bad idea. Anybody here a good cook?
Pan will raise her hands, kind of like, but she's behind Tesley when she's doing it, clearly trying to hide.
I'm quite reasonable at skinning and preparing meat, but I don't. Let me first get those pesky things away, and I'll just grab one of the shovels off the cart and basically try and begin to dig a hole to put all the bodies in, burn them.
Yep, I actually brought a shovel, by the way.
Oh,
Destiny was fixing up the cart, right?
Yeah, I was gonna go through like the things in the cart as well as like the harness and cast
Yeah.
mending on whatever I can to fix anything.
Do we see that Pan is holding up her hand, or is she well enough hidden behind Thessaly while she does so?
Oh, no. She's like, she's like trying to suggest that she can cook, but she's clearly trying to hide it from Tesley when she does that.
Okay, I just I see Pan's hand and I go like, okay, Pan, you can prepare the meat from the horses, I guess. Whilst Tamar and me, like, I'll keep watch of this little goblin until he wakes up, and Tamar, maybe you can help Thessaly to
I've
clean
got to
up
say,
the wagon.
in all of the prep I did, reading other DMs experiences running this, no one's ever told me their party recycled the horses before.
Yep.
it is good meat. You can make jerky out of it.
Okay.
And
These are trying times. I don't know if you've noticed, but like prices are going up from food around here. So
So the cart, other than the harness thing, which you've managed to repair using your mending spell, a few crates and stuff are in a bit of a bad way. And if you spend I think, how long does mending take? A minute?
I think so.
Right.
Let me check. Yeah, a
Cast the
minute.
time one. So, if you're going to sit around for maybe an hour or something, perhaps take a short rest, then you could probably be doing your mending and fix up most of the barrels and crates and things that have spilled all of the shovels and pickaxes and other sorts of tools. But one of the kegs has split open, and a very rich dark ale is spilled all over a lot of stuff, ruining 2 of the bags of flour. So you're
Damn.
down 2 bags of flour and 1 ale.
is there a way to do ale cake?
Fried horse meat.
I'll get back to you on next session about whether you can make a cake out of ale and flour.
Beer, flour, horse meat, maybe a little bit of animal fat. We can make some.
This
You
is a
could
party.
you could like bread, like coat the horse meat in like the ale and flour mixture and then fry it or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
And then you'd have like an ale flavored horse
Sounds delicious.
tender or something.
Ale flavored horse ribs.
I don't know if I'm good at like if Ban and I are good enough at skinning the animal. To be fair.
For ribs, you don't really need to be good at skinning. You just need to cook them at a high enough heat.
It should be pretty obvious that Pan has like no idea, like to anyone who has any experience. Tesla's probably had her cooking like once before and then never again.
So if you want to turn the horses into food,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they're horses, they're large. If you just want one meal, you don't have to roll. But if you're gonna like make rations and jerky out of them, I'm gonna need some survival rolls, and it's gonna take you a long time.
Like how long?
A long time.
Yeah. By the time you're done, it'll be the end of the day, and you'll have to make camp.
It could be days actually to do 2 horses. Well, I guess it depends on how skilled everyone is.
I'm proficient in survival.
Me too.
I am not.
It'll be up to the group how long you guys want to take.
I'll just say,
Oh.
you know,
I mean, we need to.
I was about to say, how far will, like, obviously, is the cart going to be able to, or the wagon, sorry, going to be able to get going again once, like, after the hour of the mending spells kind of go and constantly do it? Is
I mean,
the wagon still going to go?
Should we first?
the only thing on the wagon that's broken has been mended, so that
Okay.
took a minute. The only thing that's going to take a while is like dragging it back out of the ditch and then putting all of the stuff back on it.
Right.
Okay.
I guess I'll if I'll call out to Hjalmar and I go, Hjalmar, you're strong. Help me pull this cart out.
but I want to skin the. Okay.
Pan will like proudly suggest she'll be like, oh yes, I can definitely help with that.
While coming back to the car to put it back on the road, Hjalmar approaches Vardos and says, "Well, I did not found your exact dagger, but I have one dagger for sale." And I get the bloody dagger out of my back pocket and hold it to him. What do you say, 5 copper?
You know well enough that that is my dagger.
I'm just gonna try to fuck to fuck with you, and I hand it to him.
All right, awesome. I take the dagger and I just smile at him and I say thanks.
And then we pull the cart back on the road.
I'm gonna like can I wake up the goblin while they're doing that?
You can wake him up if you want to use a spell to give him some hit points back. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to wait until he comes round.
All right.
Oh, unless you've got a healer's kit, you could use that.
I'm just gonna advise you use rope that I have in my backpack to, bundle him up.
All right. Yeah. Do you give me the rope while you like after you give me the dagger then?
Of course.
Okay. Then I'll just tie him up for now and wait until he wakes up. Can I like do a medicine check to try? Oh, this is gonna be dangerous. To try and actually like he's not like. I didn't fucking like bloody him anyway. I only knocked him out, right?
So he was at full health. You smacked him on the head with the flat of your sword and knocked
Yeah.
him out.
But he's not bleeding. Like,
He's
externally,
probably one way he's got
Externally,
a
he's not
concussion.
He's definitely bleeding. The cut is superficial, but he's probably going to have a concussion when he wakes up.
I don't mind that. It's gonna be useful.
Never start with the head.
You really gonna go Batman on me?
Okay, no, like I just
Thanks,
tie him up
Daisy.
and I help, and then I go help with the wagons.
I'll probably
Actually-
just stay by the goblin just in case.
No, I'm gonna actually take a look around while everybody's busy to make
Okay.
sure that there's no straggling goblins like checking in on us.
You want to check for more signs of other goblins?
Yeah, I just want to like check on like tracks and like if there's anything particular like that we might have missed.
Give me either a survival check or a investigation check, whichever you would prefer to make.
I will do a survival check.
Okay. So you're searching around the woods where the goblins waited in their ambush, and you come across a trail hidden behind some of the old bushes and thickets a bit deeper in that leads off to the northwest.
All right.
You know, and as you search around the place and get ahead, you can see that like they've pushed some of the like bushes and uprooted things and replanted them. They've actually like made this place a better ambush site. So they've probably been using it more than this one time.
Okay. I guess I'm not gonna go too deep away from the group, so I'll just come back for now. And I'll just say like I found a trail that seems to be used more often to get to this particular point that leads up into the woods. To the north, it is, you said?
Out northwest.
Yeah.
Northwest.
Northwest of here. I guess we should ask the goblin where that leads to.
Quick question to understand. Is any one of us capable of speaking Goblin?
I'm definitely not.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, if he does not speak Common, we have a problem.
We'll see what happens when he wakes up.
The DM you're just giving the DM the idea.
I mean, there's a thing that happened earlier, but maybe I'm not going to say it. If maybe actually, you know what? Fine.
They should have understand.
Give me intelligence checks.
Everyone.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Oh god.
Like just a normal check.
just normal intelligence. Yeah.
Pan is very intelligent.
I am definitely not
Dude,
that.
Okay. So
You Tesla.
it's a good job that you and Tessely managed that, because if you got less than that, none of you would have noticed. But when you first knocked out one of the guys and you said, "Don't kill him," immediately
Yeah,
two
right.
archers tried to kill him.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but they could have also killed him because he was knocked out.
Yeah, but I mean,
They
from
would
where
have.
they were.
Yeah, they would have heard it and then went, "Oh no." Makes sense.
It was this bastard as well that shot him.
The one that shot him was killed by Pan, I think.
Oh, damn it. It was one of these bastards.
Yeah. Pan ran up and killed him.
Alright. I just sit down next to the goblin and wait for him to wake up. I just like I lay my my head on him and I start playing my pan flute while we wait.
You are tying him up and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's tied up.
Okay, good.
We have like
Like-
50 feet of rope, so he is a tight bundle.
I think
So like I put my head on the rope, but then I'll feel him move if he wakes up. And I just play the pan flute a little bit.
I think Pan is going to, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but look for a place to clean herself and her clothing from the fact that she was coated in blood.
It's and seeing that she's like feeling uncomfortable about that, and it's mostly I'm responsible for it. I walk up and I use the cantrip, the
Aw.
digitation,
She's
and
cleaned.
just clean it, and I just completely take the mud off. Good. Apologies. First time using it.
Thank you for that.
I'm also coming to Tamar, both arms deep bloodied from trying to make meat out of the horses.
I do the same thing, just completely take all off, and actually notice I've got blood on myself as well. So I just end up using it to take the blood off me.
So
Thanks, man.
whoever's butchering the horses,
Yep.
I want 3 survival checks out of you.
Okay.
I'll probably help you with that.
Okay, 3 survival checks with advantage.
Roughly what time of day it is? Is it?
It was about
Early afternoon.
early afternoon when you started.
Okay.
That is some supreme meat.
That
yes.
Sorry, not when you started, when the fight started.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
You managed to skin the horses. You have horse pelts if you wanted to make horse leather armor.
That's dark.
And you also have quite a large contingent of horse meat. But like I said, staying around to chop up the horses will cost you the rest of the day.
Mm.
I think that's
Yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say, like I just say to everyone around, that I suggest we find a somewhat quiet place, not too far off, and make camp. If Gundren and his friend are still nearby, then I feel like it is our duty to go and have a look and help them if we can.
Well, he's our employer.
Agreed. Agreed.
I didn't even think of that. You're quite smart, Tessie.
I pick up the goblin and I put him in the cart.
Our BDSM goblin ball.
The goblin woke up about 3/4 of the way through the horse skinning and butchering.
Oh. Well, that's a sound to wake up to.
I was about to say, disappointed he never did it himself.
All right. Like when he wakes up, I turn to him, and I just go, "Can you understand me, little fella?"
He shakes his head.
Well, I thought you were a smart one. You seemed like the smartest one of the bunch.
If he doesn't understand you, seems
Well,
like he's gonna die.
No.
Seems like he's
If you can't understand us, we can talk about our secret plan of basically hijacking their village and burning everything down with the local militia, you know? The thing that we planned before. And he can't understand us.
Aside from being like, does he seem unconscious? Does he seem? What is it? What was it?
uncomfortable.
No, that I hit him. He was
Nervous?
concussed.
Pan-
Does he
Oh,
seem
concussion.
concussed?
A concussion.
Does he
Pan,
seem concussed?
Pan is going to refuse to take any part in torturing or interrogating the goblin.
We're not torturing him, we're just asking some nice questions.
We're just
I
making
mean-
implications.
You can see that it's having trouble focusing, like looking at things, but otherwise it seems sort of lucid.
Right. So where are the riders of these horses, my little friend?
Goblin does not say anything.
If I promise to set you loose, will you tell me? It seems that you do understand me, though. As I said, I thought you were smart.
It already realized it gave the game away when he shook his head.
Yeah.
You lie. Always lie.
Well,
Well, go ahead.
that's not true. Why are you implying that we always lie? I'm a very righteous person. I'm just angry at you because you attacked me first. I've given your compatriots a warrior's burial.
Humans
Why you-
always lie to Goblin.
I'm
Come
not a human,
on.
though. I may seem a human, but I'm actually a half elf.
Elves even worse.
That's what I wanted to say. Even worse. From behind both Both
I
heads
just-
in the carcass of the horse.
I just turn around to like Hjalmar and give him a cheeky smile. Can I persuade him into divulging some information?
It's possible, I guess, to persuade him. It might. What would you offer, or
Well, I would
Yeah,
offer.
possibly.
I would try to convince him that I am going to actually set him free, if he tells me where his lair is. If he tells me like what happens, like if he answers all of my questions. I'm not falling in that trap.
oh, he kind of expects that that's the kind of thing that would happen. So, just flat out saying I'll release you if you tell me is he's not going to get him that way.
Okay, if I tell him like I'll either release him or I'll make him like feel pain very slowly and very long because I have all of the time in the world now that I don't have a job anymore
Okay.
without my patron,
And
Which is
believe me, he
kinda-
does not have a job.
which is kind of lying, but considering we just need to deliver this mess.
Okay. That gets him a bit. He's definitely looking a bit frightened as you tell him you can spend all your time.
Can I take out my dagger and like wound myself to show him like what I would do to him?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Okay. What's the damage on a dagger?
1d4.
1d4.
Oh yeah.
So I just want to pierce my own hand, and I want to say like, look, I will show you. Like, I will not hurt you this time, but what I'm doing to me now, I'll do to you if you don't answer me. But if you do answer me and you answer all of my questions kindly, I will release you. So you make a choice, and then I stick like the dagger in my hand.
Well, I think it's a 1d4 plus his strength modifier.
Dexterity, I think.
I just need to roll damage, right? Because
Yeah, just some damage.
so
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
Okay. You,
I clearly show that I'm in pain as I do it.
yeah.
I
you,
do it really slowly as well.
So I mean, you can tell me if you don't want to do this, but there's like in between like the bones in your hand where there's space. Push the blade through so it goes all the way.
Yeah, that's the plan.
See it come out the other side. And I think if you're going to do something that monumentally horrific, stupid, that you don't even need to roll intimidate. Yeah, he's gonna answer your question.
All right. Like I
You
pull it.
also lose 5 hit points.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So ask him like, who do these horses belong to?
He squeaks out, "Fine, Greg. Greg, speak. Greg, speak. They belong.
Belong to who?
Dwarf and a man.
And where have these dwarven men been taken to?
He points off into the woods and says, "Back to hideout."
I will need a little bit more information than back to hideout. Where is this hideout?
North. There's a trail. You can follow the trail. Don't kill Greg.
So Greg is your name, right?
Me, Greg.
I pat him on the head. You seem like a nice fella.
He flinches away as you pat him on the head.
Um,
I'm guessing it's the bloody hand as well.
No, it's the other hand. Because like my dagger is still in the bloody hand. I didn't pull it out yet.
Also, you might
I
ask
did,
him
I
how
did.
many of them there are.
Yeah, that's not a bad question. How many are there of your? What can we
Many.
expect? And is it
Was he lying at that point? Or is he just?
Yeah, can I
Is
see if he's
Is,
like
is he like just going merry just to kind of throw us off a little bit, just to kind of go?
Or is he
maybe
just
so."
not able to count?
Make an insight check.
All right. Oh, that's bad news for me. Let's go.
thanks, man.
10.
I'm gonna help you with that.
It's about. It's too late out. Although he's. Can he do that?
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, like for this kind of thing, I don't like it when everyone says, "Oh, we'll all roll," and then someone's-
Yeah, exactly. That I was.
Yeah,
that
But
was
like
the
at the
noise.
same time, like one of us could notice that he's lying
Yeah,
while
yeah,
the others
what-
couldn't.
What I would say is that if someone rolls and then someone else wants to make a check, you can only make it if you have a higher modifier, which Hjalmar does.
Well, you
So-
say that.
Hjalmar, you can tell that he's not lying. He just might not know the common words for the numbers.
He's just too dumb to count.
I stay serious. Like I keep a respectful gaze at like what was his name again?
Greg.
Grig. At Grig. Oh, I need to write this down because otherwise I'm not gonna say Grig anymore, and that's gonna be ruining everything. So, Grig, are they still alive? Grig?
Last I saw,
Okay. So,
Clark say no kill.
who is this Clark?
Clark boss.
I thought you were the boss, as you're a smart guy, Greg.
No, Clark boss. Clark big.
Is he big for a goblin?
He nods,
Is he an orc?
shakes his head,
Hobgoblin.
shakes his head.
So just a normal goblin.
How far travel is it up north, down the trail?
2 and 3 mile.
All right. And are there any patrols on that trail? Anything we need to watch out for? Any one of you guys lurking in the woods?
No.
Do I believe him?
Make an insight check.
I'm just pulling Timar to the side.
Oh, he's fucking lying. He's a lying little bastard. Somebody know that.
That roll. And also, I've been pulled to the side.
Like I'm saying, well, maybe we could use this little lying ass to tell the others that they captured us and that they should all come out so that we can lay an ambush for them.
I'm gonna walk up to Greg. I have my warhammer in my hand. I'm just spinning it, and I go, Greg, I suggest you stop lying to us. I know you're lying. I can see it.
I get like a dark glint in.
No lie. No
I-
patrols on trail. No patrols on trail.
I get a dark glint in my eye, and I pull out my dagger, and like I take his hand and lay it down, and like I just like hold my dagger up, ready to like strike his hand.
Traps.
Ah.
Well, he wasn't really lying. Well, traps. Okay. Can you show us these traps, Greg?
You said let go.
Well, you said you wouldn't lie.
I didn't.
But you weren't completely honest either. I feel like we entered the gray zone. If we successfully go to the end of the path, I will let you go, but I won't let you go in the same direction as we are going. I won't let you tip off your friends.
Oh, so
Where would Grig go?
Well,
To another fucking goblin village, I suppose.
Greg's a smart fella. You're a handsome-looking goblin. You'll make new friends.
wow, we just like orphaned this guy.
Oh, I feel bad. Do you say that? Because then I'll feel bad.
Where's the blessing of Aphrodite if you need it?
Oh my god. You do understand, we could just ask to have them released. I doubt the goblins want any more bloodshed, and they probably lost most of their warriors.
They're goblins.
I actually like this plan.
I don't think they're that
Uh,
stupid.
What if we
also,
suggest a trade, Greg, for our friends?
Yes, we have some horse meat we could trade to a tribe. Food.
also we kind of need a rest.
Yeah, but we can rest. Like we can tie Greg up against a tree and then rest. Somebody needs to take watch anyway with goblins around. Also,
also just-
like
Need to make sure the wagons are completely secure.
I must say this now.
Greg looks terrified at the prospect of this whole trade thing, and you imagine it's because they have no value to the
Yeah.
rest.
That's the thing. I must say I am very much not your opinion, but because we are a group, I will follow the majority.
all right. So what do we do?
Pan looks to the goblin and she says, "Listen, Greg, do you think your people would give us back our friends in exchange for food?"
I
And
play
you-
with the knife in my hand.
He shakes his head. Got food. Don't need food.
Hmm.
Do they need Greg?
Maybe.
Are you really that useless?
Ooh. Greg.
He doesn't want to lie again because you already got him over that. But at the same time, he thinks if he tells you he's worthless to them, you'll just kill him.
Okay. Honesty is more
So-
important. Though.
So, especially Tesla at least can definitely tell that with that 24. Yama's probably got it as well.
No, I'm just an asshole towards goblins.
Okay. So, but does he answer or does he just say nothing?
What does he answer? What
Well, if he has, like, if he's important to them,
he said? Maybe.
maybe. All right. So
That's the best he could hedge himself.
I look at the group and I say like maybe it's a good idea to like tie him up for a little bit, and devise a plan, but we're gonna set him free. Like when we decided on our plans and after we don't need him anymore. I don't
Are you-
want to see him killed.
Yes, set Greek fee.
Wait, Mr. Goblin Man. You know what worth he has now for his group? Exactly one. He knows where our position is. He knows what weaknesses we have, which is obviously we don't have much in ranged fighting. And he knows our names, and I'm terrified.
Well, I don't suggest setting him free just now. I like we're gonna take him with him with us to show us the traps. But I do like don't want to like even if we first have to like if we need to tie him up on a tree somewhere, and do whatever we need to do, and then come back to set him free. I don't want to see this guy killed. I gave him my word, and I'm not going back on that.
Okay, that's understandable. I'm okay with that.
As long as he isn't causing any more trouble, but we do need to ensure that our friends are safe.
I also look at like Timar,
Mhm.
and I go like, I don't know if you might have any bandages left or anything, because my
Yeah, 'cause
hand's
we-
kind of bleeding.
Yeah, because did we got a short rest, didn't we?
Well, we are resting now, kind of, right?
I think the interrogation of the goblin is about half an
Yeah,
hour.
because I think it was like an hour mending the car, and then we spent.
Yeah.
Then I spent the time fixing the Rata. I did the horses.
Yeah, so you're still doing the horses while this talk is going on.
Oh, fair enough. Alright.
By
Yeah.
doing, I mean cutting up and butchering.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like pulling the cart out and filling it up, so everybody's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
busy.
Uh, I've got nothing.
I look at Hjalmar and I go, can you tie him up against a tree?
I can tie him up against everything you want.
Just tie him up somewhere, but out of our own earshot, so we can discuss what our next plan of action is.
Okay.
But
I'll-
inside,
It-
so we can see him.
okay.
Let's find a suitable place to camp first.
What follows is Hjalmar's special treatment for prisoners.
Uh-oh.
I'll
Bad
just take one of the sheep pelts that we have and just pick off wool of that and make like little knobbies and put them into the goblin ears. Then I take part of the overlay for the big card and make like a blindfold out of it, and then I basically hang him up 5 to 6 feet high on the next tree that is inside that has that is like near enough, and then and then this package is basically dangling there like a goblin-sized piñata of not hearing, not speaking, not seeing anything.
That's just peachy.
Okay, so
If this guy doesn't have PTSD after this, I don't know.
It's a goblin, for God's
Yeah.
sake.
It's
You
still
must
a
be
creep.
fucking terrified.
are you hanging him upside down as well?
No. I'm not crossing that border. We have the Waterdeep
That's
Convention.
the border, really?
We have the
Oh, that's
Waterdeep
the border.
Convention of Rights when it comes to war prisoners. And hanging upside down is definitely 2 steps too far.
Okay, so just poor Greg just sort of like slumps in his like rope prison as he dangles from the trees.
Birds
Right.
landing on him.
The rain pattering down on all of you as you finish butchering the horses and setting your carts right. And it's now like sunset by the time you're all finished with your horses and got your carts in order, your wagon.
So I guess after like the interrogation's over and like we butchered all the horses, we set up camp somewhere
Yeah.
near.
Could I have taken like a little bit off the mostly the saddle, or like if there's a covering on the horse, or even in the cart, like a little bit of a bandage? Could I make a bit of a bandage out of something?
The horses
Over
had
there.
saddles and saddlebags and that kind of thing, but I mean they've been there on the ground dead for quite a while.
Oh no, I'm just meaning this like just to grab something, just to tear it off, to make a quick bandage for
Yeah,
Just
'cause
for
my
his
hand's
hand.
Oh yeah,
not gonna get infected that way.
you can make a bandage, but it's not going to be clean if you drag it off there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like that's why I said off the cart as well. Like if there was something like I could grab off the cart, where it's
Come
just
on. Use Dirty Bandage. He doesn't have health insurance either.
Let me look if I have anything in my bags. We really need to buy bandages.
I have the soaps, so you can
Oh.
I
clean.
was gonna get that, but we talked about getting one of those, but decided against it.
So what were you saying, Pan?
I have soap.
So
I have
soap.
I have vestments, but I don't know if I would want to ruin those.
No, you know what? Can I just like tear a part of like my undershirt? Or is that like dirty as well?
Could I clean it with the?
You know what? I have fine clothes in my bag.
You can
I'll
make
just-
you can make an improvised bandage, yes, but and you're probably not going to get infected if it's from your undershirt.
Yeah, then I'll take my undershirt. I'm already pissed.
I mean, you're
I'm-
probably not going to get infected anyway, because that would be a bit silly. But well, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a bit silly, but you.
You never know. Like, I guess he needs to use medicine on me. to,
Yeah,
like,
that's what's gonna do it.
Tamar doesn't need to roll medicine. He's bandaged things before. He's
Yeah.
spent life as a healer,
All right.
so he can bandage you up with no mechanical effect.
Are we
So-
about ready to wrap things up, by the way?
Yeah, I was just gonna go over that. So if you want to set up a camp, like due to like the size of the wagons and the whole trail and the dense woods, you're not going to be able to go like too far off the trail. The best you could probably do, unless you want to turn around and go all the way back through the night to the way station, would be to go a little bit off the road and try and screen yourself away from anyone that might be traveling up and down.
Can we like park them in that little way? Damn it, the trail. Because I'm guessing that trail, like as you said, like if you put some bushes to the side, like it's clearly like a little trail there. Can we like hold the bushes to the side, move the carts in, and then use those bushes to hide them?
Yeah, just go off the road a little bit and make a survival check to try and hide yourself.
Can I help him?
Yeah, can I have him or maybe help me? Because he seems like the most survivally from us.
The most survivally. I'll.
If he's proficient, he can help.
Yeah, I am.
There you go.
Yeah, because I am definitely not prepared. Doesn't matter.
Well, we are just the tag team of disguising things.
No.
So, carefully directing the wagon and the cart so it doesn't like go off into the ditch and do bad things like happened last time. You turn off into the side of the road and screen yourself from any passing travelers or further goblin patrols. And that is how I guess we will leave it for today.
All right.
Nice.
As
Very
you're
nice.
busy setting up your tents and closing the wagons.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice. Awesome.
Okay.
That's the first time that I've buried goblins.
Good
Thanks
night
for
to
watching,
any
everybody.
potential viewers.
Yeah, bye
Good
bye.
night.
Good
Bye bye.
night.